KTFM Floresville, San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs look to get even in their series with the Minnesota Timberwolves after falling in Game 1 on Monday night. Game 2 from the Frost Bank Center is set for 8:30 tonight. It will be televised on ESPN. Carter Bryant, who missed Game 1, is questionable for tonight's game with a foot sprain, while Timberwolves have Ayo Dosunmu updated to available with Anthony Edwards listed as questionable.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Yeah. Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a good one out there, whatever you're doing. However you are doing it, we're doing well today. The Blitz live at Novo Brewery, North Star Mall, attached to North Star Mall. It's got its own entrance, though, but that's where we are. We're here all afternoon. Come on out and see us. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
And we are attached to everything that is going on today, right? I mean,
exactly.
It is game day. It is hump day. And is it a must-win day for the San Antonio Spurs? Now, before old Joe Reinagel goes all Webster on us and gives us the actual definition of must-win, in theory, in your mind, is tonight must-win for the San Antonio Spurs?
Must win, the most overused phrase in sports.
Here we go. Must
win game. Is their season on the line? Perhaps. It certainly will be difficult if they lose tonight. But must win? I don't know. But that's our poll question, so you can go and answer that if you'd like to do that. Must win game.
Must win. It'd be really nice of them to win this game tonight. And I guess the reality, if you look at it, if you're being honest with yourself, if the Spurs lose tonight, do you have any confidence that this series is going to end with the Spurs moving on to the Western Conference Finals? I'm not saying they would get swept. I'm not saying they can't go to Minnesota and get one. But to think if they're down 0-2, that they're going to win 4 or 5 in advance in this series is a tall order. And quite honestly, even if they lost tonight, I don't know that we get another home game. So in reality, tonight could be the last home game of the San Antonio Spurs season.
Ouch. Bite your tongue.
Reality, baby.
Whoa,
reality.
Pump the brakes.
Am I lying?
Pump the brakes.
Am I lying?
Well, you're not lying. You're laying out a scenario that's not going to happen.
I'm laying out a scenario that could be very realistic when I say tonight is a must-win for the San Antonio Spurs.
It is a game that would be very nice for them to win. Yes. Look, this team is got enough, I think, that they can go on the road and get a couple of games. The problem is if they do lose tonight, you're right. They got to win 4 out of the next 5. That's a tough task for anybody. So that's why tonight's game is important. There is no question about that. And the Spurs need to get it done tonight. The T-Wolves getting healthy, though. They've got Dosunmu available tonight. He missed game 1. He's their point guard. And so that certainly doesn't bode well for the Spurs. Certainly not good news. And then you've got Anthony Edwards listed as questionable, but I have to believe that he's going to play. Went through shoot around today, and by all reports, he looked pretty good.
Well, and we all saw him the other night. He's not Joel Embiid, right?
Gosh.
Who's going to play every other game. But by the way, Embiid not playing tonight. That has no bearing on the Spurs game, but Anthony Edwards is the complete opposite of Joel Embiid. You know, nickname is what? The Wolverine? Guy heals fast.
Yes.
Doesn't like to miss games that matter. He's going to play tonight. Joel Embiid is the complete opposite. I mean, he reminds me of a former Spur. You just never know. I mean, when he's on, he's great. But you can't ever rely on him being on and ready to go.
He played great in that closeout game in Boston the other night. He was almost unstoppable, but not so much against the Knicks in game 1 of that series. And he got banged around, and he won't be there tonight. It'd be interesting to see, though, if I could see a scenario where Philly wins this game tonight without Joel Embiid. And I think Tyrese Maxey is a guy that obviously they're going to lean on tonight. And it wouldn't surprise me one bit, to be totally honest with you.
Well, and again, I mean, we'll talk about all the games, the yawners that we had last night in the NBA. The first game was pretty good, but Lakers no match for Oklahoma City.
And Oklahoma City did not play well last night.
No.
I mean, they did not. I'm watching a lot of that game last night, and they can play much better than that. Lakers are in trouble without Luka.
Well, they are. And Austin Reeves playing like De'Aaron Fox, and that's not going to go very far.
That's awful.
Which means De'Aaron Fox has to have a big game tonight.
Well, we'll see what De'Aaron Fox does. I love all the bitterness towards De'Aaron Fox. I've heard people call him a bum.
Well,
he's overpaid. He's this. He's that. I mean, come on. Guys are going to have. Look, Jamal Murray. We're all calling him a bum because the Minnesota Timberwolves did to him what they did to De'Aaron Fox in game 1. Can he do something different? That's going to be the question of the day. I don't know if it goes to De'Aaron Fox's ability and talent. Because he's had a couple of bad games in this playoffs.
When you are a team leader and you are traded for and you come in, now granted, he came in to be the number 2 to Wemby, and you give him credit for that. He wanted that. But we all know, your paycheck and your status, your expectation is going to be much higher. And this Spurs team, honestly, is built a little bit different. They're not reliant on just a De'Aaron Fox or just a Wemby. But when both those guys are off, man, we saw what the result was the other night. That said, they still had a chance to win. But when you're a player of the caliber of De'Aaron Fox, you're paid like it, your status says this, you're also all that. The expectation is you deliver in the biggest moments, and that is the postseason. He did in the final 2 games against Portland. He did not against Minnesota in game 1. And with that, kind of like when you're the quarterback of a team, ask C.J. Stroud. I mean, when things don't go well, man, those arrows are coming at you. And De'Aaron Fox, being a star, being that guy, the arrows are coming at him because of his piss-poor performance the other night. And you know what? Everything I know about De'Aaron Fox, he can handle it, and he's going to be just fine.
He can handle it. Well, I've got a question for you, and everybody's going to call me crazy. If Wemby has a bad game tonight, we're going to give him the same treatment?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, honestly.
I'm just checking.
Wemby is not immune from criticism, and I think he has heard a lot of criticism on this show and throughout over his game 1 performance. He was great on the defensive end. Dude was 0 for 8 from three-point range. Every now that dude can't be taking that many three-pointers. I've heard everybody from Kendrick Perkins to Joe Reinigle bitch about his three-point attempt. So, yeah, he's not immune to it.
Well, and he shouldn't be taking that many three-point shots.
See?
I mean, he shouldn't be. And the guy is 7 foot whatever he is today. He's taller than everybody else on the floor.
Uh-huh.
Why are you not closer to the basket? I mean, I appreciate the fact that he can shoot three-pointers. That's great. But 8 in a game, I mean, to me, that's just it's unheard of. And I think Mitch Johnson needs to do something. 8 shots from the three-point line? No, that can't happen.
Well, and again, all of it is just Spurs lost a game in the playoffs. And again, not Chicken Little Skies Falling. They lose tonight. Your sun up video is going to have to get made again on tomorrow morning if that's the case. Except comb your hair next time or put on a hat.
I just got out of bed.
Oh, stop.
I don't sleep with a hat on.
Stop.
I mean, I don't sleep with a hat on.
And you don't generally put yourself on camera when your hair is not completely perfect unless there's some hot chick at Circa in the way.
I had to play the part.
You played the part.
I played the part. Uh-huh. It was acting at its finest.
I don't know about acting at its finest. I mean,
An Academy Award is in order.
I don't know about that. Now, we're in a video coming up where Academy Awards should be handed out.
Absolutely.
They've been teasing that video. It comes out next week. Now, that is some award-winning acting. That crap from your video the other morning after your third cup of coffee, let me mess up my hair and pretend I just woke up.
No. I just got back from the gym, if you want to know the truth.
Yeah.
And so there you go. And I decided to do that. I thought it was thought it was one of my finest.
Very bold of you to go on camera with your hair not perfect.
I'm not afraid to do that.
Yes, you are.
No, never afraid to do that. In fact, I'll whatever video I shoot tomorrow morning, hopefully a celebratory one, I'm gonna keep my hair messed up just for you, man.
Well, it's not just for me; it's for the
just for
number
you.
Of people that I saw screenshot you with messy hair. I mean, I saw that and I was like, man. Yeah, I mean, you guys don't understand. I've known Joe for a long time, since 1993.
Yeah,
that video would be like, I don't know, your wife going in public with no makeup on when normally you don't recognize her if she doesn't have her makeup on. You know what I mean? We all know girls like that, right? I mean,
sure.
You know, Joe with his hair messed up on camera like that was very courageous of Joe.
Well, every now and then I got to throw you guys for a loop.
I mean, you can tell his wife has been out of town.
Little unexpected. Yes, she has. So
trust me, I get that.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. So hopefully tomorrow morning will be a celebratory video that will be made for the socials. But right now we don't know, and obviously I think everybody is expecting the Spurs to win tonight. I don't think there's any Spurs fan out there that is not confident that the Spurs will put up a W tonight. But again, I think it's going to be a dogfight. I don't see this game being a blowout either way. I really don't, and I think the entire series will be like that.
It's going to be a fun one tonight. But something that Jalen Clark said today at shoot-around really caught my ear.
Really?
Like, they know tonight they got to get one. Because I'm pretty sure they don't want to come to Minnesota down 2-0, especially how our crowd and everything's been recently. And we're a type of team that feeds off of home court energy. So I'm pretty sure you'll see, like, the real them show up tonight.
The real them show up, because that wasn't the real them in game one. Fox and Wemby combining to go 0 for 12 from 3. That's not the real Spurs. Even Jalen Clark knows that.
Why, he said it, didn't he?
His words, not mine.
His words. Well, we'll see. They got to play better because they can't shoot any worse, for sure. Again, Wemby was great defensively. But Minnesota is a veteran club, and you hear them working the officials already with this whole goaltending thing. Chris Finch comes out the other night, then you got Rudy Gobert who's saying, hey, I want the Wemby treatment. And so, they're working the officials. That's what veteran teams do. And you put that in their mind, and you hope that a call or two goes your way. So it's going to be a fun game tonight. We're going to talk a lot about it. In fact, we will talk more about it. We'll hear from some of the players after shoot-around today. The Spurs did have shoot-around. So did the Timberwolves. And we'll hear from some of them when we continue. Live from Novo Brewery. That's where we are, attached to North Star Mall. Come on in here and see us. Come hungry, come thirsty, and they will take care of you, I guarantee you. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you about Stevens Roofing and Solar. I want to talk to you about them because the weather forecast is not a good one again. There is rain in the forecast. We've had a ton of rain over the last several weeks, and I hope that everything is okay when it comes to your roof. Obviously, your roof covers your biggest investment that you have. That's your house. You want to make sure that it is in tip-top shape for whatever is coming next. If you think something's wrong, if you think you have an issue, call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. Have them send one of their crews out to your house and inspect your roof. They'll do it for free. And so what do you got to lose? Have them come out there, check your roof, see if there's anything wrong. And if there is, you've got the absolute best in the business to take care of it. They've been in business here in San Antonio, South Texas since 1983. That should tell you everything you need to know about the reputation and the quality work of Stevens Roofing and Solar. Give them a call. Stop putting it off. 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
I've taken up candle making.
Nigel, the whole office smells like wet dog and gym socks.
My nose is highly refined.
Folks, if your home smells a little off, it might be your AC. Watermoon's Breathe Easy package pulls and deep cleans your blower motor, blower wheel, and housing, cleans your coil in place, disinfects the inside of your AC cabinet, and installs a UV light to help zap bacteria and other nasties hiding in your unit. All for just $6.95.
Quarter-room plumbing, heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number TACL 8141074E M16004.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Woodscapes, and Super Deck products May 1st through the 11th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is Carla Hall for Eggland's Best. Eggs are a staple in our diets, and there's only one egg with more delicious, farm-fresh taste plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. With more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties. We've got classic, cage-free, organic, free-range, and pasture-raised. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal, book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Live at Novo Brewery here at North Star Mall. Come on out here and see us. I tell you what, a lot of fun out here. The food is fantastic. They've got beer galore, whether it's what they brew or domestic brew, a full bar as well. So whatever you want, they can take care of you. Lunch was fantastic, and I'm being asked on our YouTube page if I had a bacon burger and told them not to put the bacon on.
He did not make that mistake again.
No, I had the
you had picanha skewers.
Picanha skewers. That's what I had.
There's
They're
a great
fantastic
photo of it on Joe's social at Joe Reinagle 210, Instagram and Twitter and all that good stuff. I had the shrimp skewers here, which are fantastic. The way they grill their shrimp with the little bit of garlic and then the rice and the beans, and then I take the rice and add it into the beans.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
That's the way to do it.
And then their French fries that come complete with crack. I don't know what they do with crack, but
telling you,
their fry seasoning is incredible. And I mean, the crispiness of their fries. And granted, when you think about fries, and I know there's a gazillion kind of fries and whatnot, but McDonald's is kind of the gold standard with fries, with the way they do it, the way they're sliced, they stay, all of it, right? These fries are far better. And granted, fast food fries, I think McDonald's is still the gold standard. There's some other good ones out there. But then you get a place that uses a really good fry seasoning. And they do here at Novo. They are incredible.
It may be the best French fries I've ever had. I'll be honest with you. They're just that good. They really. You don't have to take our word for it. Come on out here and try it for yourself. And then you will be singing the praises of Novo Brewery just like we do as well. So come on out here and see us. Obviously, we're here till 6 o'clock.
And, Renee, bring whatever tools you need to understand how it is attached to North Star Mall.
Exactly.
Because that's a question on our YouTube, which you can access through sasportstar.com. Renee wants to come see how it is actually attached. If you're into that, most people come for the food and the beer. But if you want to be a mechanical engineer or whatever, I mean, you can visit with the rocket scientists and whatever the hell Gabe does. And, they're sitting over there drinking beer right now.
They're having a good time over there.
And, a little worried about Gabe.
Dude, there's even an over and under on how many times I say attached to North Star Mall today.
I take the over.
You're going to take the
I saw the number there. Definitely you want to take the over. And Franklin, I'll take that bet, and I will encourage to make sure I win said bet.
Well, I wonder, and I can't remember the guy's name. I wish I could remember. If you're listening, you could certainly call in or chime in. About 6 o'clock tonight, I could use that free beer that I won the other day.
Oh, you mean the guy that wanted to bet you that the Spurs would win in a sweep?
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't hear from him at all yesterday. You might not hear from that guy ever again.
May not.
And the good news is for that guy is Joe doesn't remember your name.
I know.
Neither do I.
I don't.
But we trust you to be honorable because we know damn well you would be trying to collect on said bet.
Well,
if it were going the other way.
And I would be happy to take care of him here.
Joe is really good at paying off bets in a hurry.
I am.
And he's got a lot of practice at it. So he won one.
It was kind of nice.
Let him celebrate. The question, will the Spurs celebrate tonight? Is it a must-win game for the Spurs?
No,
in
it's
theory,
not. But yes.
In theory, that is our poll question on YouTube. 74% right now say yes. Tonight is a must-win game for the San Antonio Spurs. What I find interesting is apparently Keldon Johnson was asked today about Game 3 in Minnesota.
You just got to keep fighting. We can't look forward to Game 3 without Game 2. So we'll go out there tomorrow night, execute, and just try to put ourselves in the best situation to be successful. But we definitely don't think about losing. We think about what we can do to win. And that's our mindset. And, we make the proper adjustments. And, just look forward to getting out there.
I don't know who asked that question. They had to lose their credential. What the hell are you asking Keldon Johnson about Game 3 when there's a Game 2 tonight?
Now, I didn't hear the question, so I was like, hey, are you worried about going down 0-2 and having to go there in an 0-2 hole? That would be the only way I would ask that question, but you don't ask that before Game 2. But that must have been a theme from some reporter because Steph Castle said they're only focused on tonight's Game 2.
We have to obviously put that game behind us, and we can't do anything about it. So, looking forward is, in our best interest. So, obviously taking it game by game. We're not even thinking about playing in Minnesota right now. I feel like our minds are just focused on Game 2.
I don't understand. Help me understand.
I can't help you understand.
Why that would be a question as we're preparing for Game 2.
Right,
now tomorrow.
Let me call the timeout. Hey James, when you were breaking down the audio, who asked these Pulitzer Prize winning questions?
I think it was the same reporter with both. I'm not 1,000% sure.
All right, little homework. Go dig that out, and we'll get into it later.
But I think it was Hector
Minnesota
Ledesma.
reporter.
Oh, it was Hector?
Hector? He knows better than that.
He went to Syracuse. Every journalist you hear that goes to Syracuse, they know better, right? Just ask them.
Dude, Hector, if you're listening, and that was your question, dude, we need to hear from you. Hector used to email me all the time when he was working way in Laredo. And advice, and I loved to answering his questions and trying to help him out as best I could. I never had him ask a question about a game that hasn't a game ahead of the one that hasn't been played yet.
I mean, now granted, whatever his mindset story piece that he's working on, the importance of tonight, I don't know. I'm with you, but Hector.
Well, I don't know if it was Hector or not.
Well, that's what Pledge is telling us.
Well, he says he thinks.
Well, I mean, but Pledge knows Hector.
Well, I know he does, but I'm just saying.
You're just glad it wasn't like Nate Ryan or something, because then you'd have to go spank him. Or
well, you ain't kidding, man.
Yeah, sternly worded email.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'd go straight to the top there. Like, what the hell's your guy doing?
I mean, Bill Taylor probably already took care of that if he would have done that. Oh, that's not what you meant by straight to the top?
Straight to the top, and that's not Bill Taylor, no.
No?
No. Not at all. Are you kidding me?
Is it Henry?
Henry? No, I'm talking about Jack Acosta.
Jack wouldn't.
The news director.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he would understand. However, I don't know why that question was asked. It was so they answered appropriately. Props to both Castle and it was Keldon Johnson.
And thanks, Hector, for providing a little bit of content here, because wow, if that was Hector, Pledge will verify.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
But according to Pledge, it was Hector.
You know what's interesting to me is, and I don't think this is news to anybody. I think Greg Popovich gets involved a lot. In fact, I know he does. But he was in the film session with the Spurs yesterday. That's according to Matthew Tynan, who has somebody that told him that, or somebody told him that. But Pop going over what they need to do. Well, you might recall when Wemby was just a young fella. Well, he said Pop used to text him all the time.
He really did.
I thought he did. Yeah. I mean, we actually have sound for that, I believe. And
all the way from his rookie year at the All-Star game.
Sometimes he tries to send messages, and sometimes I'll remember maybe 2-3 months into the season, we were in film in front of everybody, and he goes like, "Yeah, what the is this? This is what you were doing day one. Why did you take a step back? You got to keep getting better."
And again, I mean, it was Wemby in his rookie year, but it's still there. But remember, Pop is still El Jefe. He is still around, and the fact that Mitch Johnson was a part of that staff. You get a guy like Greg Popovich that wants to watch film with you, you're going to take whatever advice he's offering.
Absolutely.
And it's not new. So the more Pop is around, I think the better for these guys. And honestly, for Mitch, because there were some times in the game the other night where Mitch was just completely outcoached by Chris Finch. Chris Finch is a veteran coach with a lot of playoff experience. And so to have a mentor that's in the building for Mitch Johnson, I think is great. It's not like, he's having to call around to some friends and seek advice on how to handle all these different situations. And the playoffs are another animal. Just the schedule, the media responsibilities that are controlled by the league and not the Spurs. And, the Spurs want to control all of that. There's just so much more that they have to get done. Obligations, meeting with the national TV broadcasters. And because, the game the other night was on Peacock. This one tomorrow night's on Prime. So you got to do all these other interviews, and it's not like there's any carryover from one broadcast crew from game one. It's a whole different crew for game two. So a lot of it is very repetitive for what they have to do, because all those broadcasters in those meetings, they're getting a lot of the same information, but it's the first time they're getting it from Mitch in this series. So if you get the same crew game 1, 2, 3, it's not as taxing because those guys have already had some of those meetings. In this case, it's not the same.
No, it's not the same. So I don't know, Jason. I'm a little nervous. Are you nervous
about tonight?
Yeah.
I don't know if nervous is the word that I would describe. I am more anxious, and quite honestly, I was having this conversation earlier today with a friend, and as poorly as the Spurs played the other night, they almost won that game. They took a shot to win that game. And we can all, we were debating whether they should have taken the timeout, not taken the timeout. Champagnie all of that, was it we're focused on the final play of the game that would have won the game, yet 0 for 12 from 3, Wemby and Fox combining for 21, which is, what each of those guys kind of average thereabouts. I mean, there are a lot of things that the Spurs didn't do well in game 1, and give Minnesota a ton of credit for what they did, but in reality, as Steph Castle said, the self-inflicted mistakes, all the lazy turnovers, De'Aaron Fox, you clean that up and you win the game.
We saw a lot of self-inflicted mistakes that were small at the time, but the big goal hurt us a lot more than it did in the moment. So, just trying to fix little things.
Well, and those little things add up, and that's so key. The turnovers, just those little mental mistakes, not being where you're supposed to be at a certain time, all of those things are going to make a big difference. I thought the Spurs did a great job in game 1 on the offensive glass. I thought there were several different opportunities for them where they had 2 and 3 chances on one possession. And so I thought they did a good job with that. I think they need to continue to do that. And you said this yesterday, and I'm going to agree with you. Do something early on to get Wemby involved in the offense and try to get his confidence back. And I'm not talking about 3-point shots. No. I'm talking about getting him involved in some form or fashion to get him on the board and to get that game 1 completely out of his mind.
And as a public service announcement for tonight's game, which is on Prime Video, right? The game is on Prime.
It's on ESPN tonight.
Is it ESPN?
It's ESPN.
It's Friday
tonight.
is Prime.
Yes.
All right. So tonight you're good. ESPN is going to work, because Gabe was telling us, he didn't really start watching the game until halftime because he had to get his mom set up on Peacock and then his grandma set up on Peacock. So tonight's ESPN.
ESPN tonight.
Right,
so there should be no problem. The good news about that is if you're interested in the first game, you get to actually watch that in its entirety.
Yeah.
Before the Spurs game starts.
A doubleheader.
So NBC, take note at what's happening here. This is the way that it absolutely should be done. A lot of other games taking place, certainly last night. Oklahoma City, they roll over the Lakers, Jason, and they did not play well. In my mind, watch most of it. They didn't play well. Let's talk about that. Plus, we've got no Joel Embiid. Is anybody surprised?
What?
No Joel Embiid. We'll talk that. We'll talk more Spurs basketball as well. When we continue here live from Novo Brewery, North Star Mall, come in here and see us. Party with us on this Wednesday afternoon. This is Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, and the best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can even start the bonding process online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential, and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, leaving the Spurs game tonight, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roof Hub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roof Hub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roof Hub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits 1, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits 2. Now you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Back here live at Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall. That's where we are. You need to come out here and see us. The food is great. The drinks are cold. The beer is ice cold, as a matter of fact. Although I wouldn't know that. I just know it from experience.
Yes, from experience. Well, then Gabe told us.
Yeah, come on out here and see us because it's a great place. If you haven't been out here, you need to get out here and check this place out. And I promise you, if you do once, it will be in your routine, your rotation of places to go.
And, you know, one of the things that, I mean, we're all friends, right?
Of course.
And again, a lot of listeners come to a lot of events. They get to know each other. Those in the YouTube chat, that's a whole different community. Well, the guy that's always in the YouTube chat's actually over here at Nova with us right now, Jacob Eric.
Yes.
And Jacob just told us Friday He leaves for Taiwan for 3 years. I mean, the guy is like a rocket scientist. He, one of them top secret jobs where he builds stuff that we don't know about. And he's moving to Taiwan for 3 years. And so, like, this is his last hurrah. Because I don't think you'll be on a plane to Taiwan when we're sitting at the Roo Pub on Friday afternoon getting ready for Game 3. He'll end up watching Game 3. We can look ahead to Game 3. But he'll probably still be on a plane heading to Taiwan for 3 years. So this is kind of his last little send-off.
Well, and we appreciate him coming out here to Novo Brewery, but he does that all the time. Last time we were here, he was out here as well.
Sure.
So come on out here.
But this will be the last time for at least the next 3 years.
Come on out here and say goodbye to Jacob Barrett because he's Taiwan. Wow.
That's a pretty good gig if you can get it.
Well, I'm sure it is, and I mean the guy is he's a rocket scientist. So I don't know what he's going over to Taiwan to build or to do.
Rockets.
Rockets?
Yeah. Well, what do you think a rocket scientist does?
Well, dude, I have no idea.
He's not putting together a Lego set.
Is he really a rocket scientist?
I mean, yeah.
I don't think so.
A fancy jet engines.
Because I question his intelligence a little bit with that hat he's got on. I'm not sure. I question that. He's got a San Diego Padres hat on. I'm not sure exactly why, but
I mean, a parent club of the San Antonio Mission.
Oh, is that? Yeah, well,
he's just
okay,
loyal.
Whatever. Yeah,
or he just likes brown and yellow.
I
mean, who the hell knows? Maybe that was available in the gift shop in Taiwan when he was getting his apartment set up. Who the hell knows?
Maybe so. Watch out for the lady boys.
He's going to Taiwan, not Thailand.
Oh, okay.
Although Taiwan might be somewhat questionable, but it's not Thailand. That's really where you got to question everything.
That's where you got to make sure and ask the question.
Well, I don't know if you ask. You just.
Well, of course you ask.
Well, I don't know.
What do you want to wait till you get back to your house?
I mean.
Cough, honey.
Idiot.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
I mean, you're right. You don't want to get back to the house to find out, but there's got to be more than just asking the question, because then you're just going to believe whatever they say.
Well, true.
I mean, there's got to be a little show and tell.
Well, because
at that point, you've
got to hide that thing in the dresser.
I mean, it's yes, I would assume they do.
Well,
guys, please be quiet.
Jacob Barrett out here. Anybody else that wants to come out here, please do so. You're going to love this place if you haven't been here before. Spurs, big game tonight. Obviously, it's a great place to watch the game right here at Novo Brewery. But Oklahoma City just looks like they're not going to have any trouble with the Lakers, Jason. None whatsoever.
No.
And so you talk about what has turned into a pretty easy path for the Thunder.
Yep.
They had no trouble in round one. It doesn't look like they're going to have any trouble in round two. I don't know if Luka's due back or not.
No.
I've heard different things that he's not, maybe later in the series, but I don't know how much that's going to help him, because look, LeBron's the only guy playing worth a damn for the Lakers. Austin Reeves sucks.
Well, I mean, he certainly did suck last night. He was 3 of 16. And then the night when SGA was pedestrian.
Yes.
108-90 is the final. And but you had a 3 of 16 night from Austin Reeves. But the Lakers and LeBron, they're not going to win the series, but I do expect them to be more competitive. And it's kind of like, what we've seen, what we've seen from Oklahoma City. And I stand by with what we've seen from the San Antonio Spurs, and I still feel this way. Who's going to beat them 4 times? And I know tonight is a huge game for the San Antonio Spurs, but I don't expect another performance like what we saw in Game 1. I do expect them to bounce back and look like the Spurs that we have seen the last several months. I still don't know who's going to beat the Spurs 4 times. What I'm saying tomorrow depends on what tonight is. And maybe Minnesota proves to be that team. But I do know that whoever gets Oklahoma City in the Western Conference Finals, whether it's the Timberwolves making their 3rd straight trip there or the Spurs getting there for the first time in forever, Oklahoma City, who's been coasting, is going to get that wake-up call like what the Spurs got in Game 1. Yes, the Spurs took care of Portland. And the comments made about Portland from the Spurs afterwards, including Wemby, I think are accurate. That was an appetizer. Yes, that was playoff basketball, but, man, they dipped their toe in the water. Game 1 was their first real welcome to the NBA playoff moment. They didn't respond well. We'll see how the Spurs respond tonight in Game 2.
Well, and that's a good way to put it. How do they respond? That's going to be certainly something to watch tonight. Obviously, they're going to come out with a lot of fire. They're going to come out wanting a quick start and all of that. But look, Minnesota's been there before. They know what the Spurs are going to do. I think they know what to expect, at least emotion-wise, from the guys in silver and black, because they're going to want to take care of this. And we heard from Minnesota a little earlier talking about the real Spurs coming out tonight. So they're expecting to get a better shot from San Antonio than they got, although it was a pretty good one in Game 1. I just look for every game in the series to be tight like that. I just don't see either team pulling away and jumping out to a big lead in this thing. What was the biggest lead in Game 1? Was 9 by Minnesota and 7 by the Spurs. I just feel like every game in the series is going to be very similar.
And again, that wouldn't necessarily surprise me in that way if that's the way it is. What I'm going to be interested to watch tonight, and I hate to go there this early, but the officiating.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Finch, immediately after the game the other night, talking about goaltending calls and Wemby, he is sending a message to the referees.
Obviously you had an historic night, but when we looked at them, at least 4 of them were goaltending, maybe even a 5th. It's kind of, to me, it's a little alarming that none of them were called. And, here's a generational shot blocker who's 7'6", who goes after everything. And there's like no heightened awareness that these blocks could be, goaltends. I mean, the third possession of the game was a goaltend, and it was a clean, obvious one. So let's just say there were 4. That's 8 points. The value of 8 points in an NBA game is massive, right? That's also, 33% of his blocks were goaltending uncalled. And, if I were to give you a 33% raise, you'd like that, right? I mean, that's a huge number. So we're going to keep coming, and, we got to make, some better decisions in how we attack the rim. But all credit to the guys for not being discouraged, because we should have walked away with, another 8 points. And again, it's just alarming that not a single one of them was called.
Hey, look, he's a vet, and he's sending a message to the officials.
He is, and it'll be interesting to see how it's called. Now, I saw at Spurs Reporter tweet out about 3 hours ago the referee assignments tonight. Scott Foster is officiating tonight's game, and as written on Twitter, for a young Spurs roster, getting the benefit of the doubt on 50-50 calls is officially off the table tonight. Brace yourselves. Devin Vassell, though, knows that the T-Wolves complaining is just part of the deal.
There's always going to be something. They're always going to have something to say. I guarantee you, Vic's going to keep blocking their shots, and they're going to have something to say. So we're not worried about that.
Nah, they shouldn't be worried about it. There's nothing you can do about it. The officials are going to be the officials. I just find it fascinating that I guess every playoff series you have a guy that's an official that you're worried about. Joey Crawford back in the day with the deal on him was he didn't like Tim Duncan.
Yep.
They didn't get along. He didn't like Tim Duncan and threw him out for laughing on the bench once. And so you've always got that one guy, and I guess Scott Foster now is the guy that people look at, and the way that he calls games.
And again, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. Now, Chris Finch talks about 4 clear goaltendings.
I didn't see any of those personally.
Well, I mean, the great Don Harris tweeted out that he studied forensically, is what Don wrote. I forensically broke down the tape. I find one clear goaltend on the Shannon layup early. Nas Reed's is debatable. Could be right at the apex. Any other claims are false. So Don says one for sure, maybe two, not four. Because Don Harris forensically broke down the tape.
I have a feeling you're going to get a goaltend tonight against Wemby. There will be at least one against Wemby tonight because of what Chris Finch did. I want to see how the Spurs respond to what Finch did late in that game with Julius Randle in the game actually screening Wemby away so the guys could drive to the basket. I would assume that worked well in game one for Minnesota. I would at least try it again until the Spurs respond to it.
Well, and again, and they're going to be physical, some of those pushes from behind. But we've all watched enough playoff basketball. The officials, too. And again, Foster's in there. Brace yourself. The ref, you suck chants are going to be there. The Spurs have to be mindful. Steph Castle has to be mindful tonight of pulling off and not getting some of the cheap fouls. But the way he plays, he's going to get a bunch of fouls. You heard that from Mitch Johnson the other day, and they can live with them. But there were a couple of fouls on Steph the other night where I'm like, how is that even close to remotely being a foul on Castle? But they can't let it get in their heads. They can't have two opponents tonight if you're the San Antonio Spurs. They can't. Just worry about the Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves already trying to play mind games with the officials. I mean, even Rudy Gobert on Wemby and his goaltending says, man, I want some of those.
I mean, if you look at them, probably 3 or 4. Yeah. I wish I had that type of. I wish I had that type of treatment too.
Yeah, tonight we'll call goaltending on you, Rudy. Block a shot, and maybe you'll have that opportunity.
With Rudy Gobert, and I didn't think he played all that well the other night. I guess maybe I don't know. I still don't think he played all that well. Although I'm seeing stats that when Gobert was guarding Wemby, he didn't do anything. But Wemby didn't do anything against anybody.
Oh, true.
So I don't know. And I wonder if the Timberwolves will go back to that small lineup and how quickly will they do it. I'm sure Gobert's going to start the game. I mean, I would imagine he will. But I wonder when they're going to go back to the smaller lineup and have Julius Randle trying to clear the path for his scores. Because, look, Minnesota loves to go to the rack.
Well, they do, and I think offensively for the Spurs, to get those guys going, they've got to get to their areas and not be forced off. And that is something that Steph Castle admitted that they allowed the T-Wolves to do in Game 1.
I feel like on their end, they pushed us off our spots a lot. Were physical with us at the rim. I feel like we didn't get as many calls as they did, but I feel like the ones that they did call against us were kind of inconsistent. So, we can't really do much but be ourselves defensively. So, we're not going to change that because of how they're calling the game.
Well, good for you. See, Castle going back to maybe a little message to the officials. Who knows? And it is just mind games in a playoff series. That's why I love the playoffs. Because look, no matter what happens tonight, Mitch Johnson will probably say something. If it's Steph Castle, Chris Finch is going to say something one way or the other, depending on what they thought they were screwed at the night before. So it's just part of the deal and part of what makes it so much fun.
Well, and the old saying, a series doesn't start till the road team wins. Well, this series is on. And for the Spurs, what's your confidence level if they go to Minnesota for Game 3 down 0-2? Which is why our poll question today on YouTube. Get to YouTube. You can get to YouTube or sasportstar.com and click through. Vote in the poll. Is tonight's Game 2 a must-win for the Spurs? In theory, we know, Joe, technically it's not. But in theory, are you feeling that way? 83% right now say yes. 75 votes. And we just got this poll up. 83-17 right now Spurs fans knowing that, and what this tells me is Spurs fans being realistic. You go down 0-2, you ain't winning this series.
Not most likely not. I mean, it's been done before, but not very often. And to have to win 4 out of the next 5 is a tough task for any team. So, it's a huge game tonight. There's no question about it. Huge game tonight for the Spurs. They just need to play better. I think get their confidence back. If not saying they lost it after game 1, but they didn't play Spurs-like. It just didn't seem like the same Spurs team that we've been watching all season. And so, and you brought up a good point, Jason. I think Castle let the officials get in his head a little bit the other night. And they've just got to blow that off and get rid of the smoke and see what happens. And their 2 big guns need to play better. And I'm talking about Wemby and Fox.
They got to play better.
They've got to play better. I'm excited about it. And obviously we're going to talk a lot more about Spurs Timberwolves coming up tonight. Game 2 inside the Frost Bank Center. I love it. When we come back, though, this whole J.P. Morgan sex thing going on, more twists, more turns today. I don't know what they all mean or if they've even looked at my resume yet, but damn it, I wish they would.
Threesome, huh?
We'll talk about that when we continue. Live from Novo Brewery. That's where we are. You need to get down here as well. Have some lunch, have some drinks, and get ready for what could be a huge game tonight between your Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Boy, I tell you what, with all the rain that we've had lately, the one thing that I cannot wait to get out and see is how the Golf Club of Texas looks. That golf course right now has just got to be plush. I mean, plush, which means it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun to play, even more so than normal, and it's always a lot of fun to play. But I tell you what, you need to get out there, get your tee time done. You go to golfclubtexas.com. That's the best way to get that done. Get on out there and have some fun this weekend. It's going to be a good weekend to go out and use the sticks, dust them off, and play some golf. When you go out there hungry, because the Tin Cup Bar and Grill is one of the best places around. The food that they've got out there is absolutely fantastic and doesn't break the bank. It is a great deal for anybody. So if you're going out there with your golf buddies, that's great. If you want to take your family out there, do it. And you're going to get a great meal, great service, and not going to break the bank. Not to mention the fact they've got a full bar out there, make you any kind of cocktail you want, and all kinds of beer choices as well. It is just a great day, and you're going to have a lot of fun when you head on out to the Golf Club of Texas. And you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road, right there off Highway 90. Whether you're headed out for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, maybe you want to have your next tournament out there. Go check them out. Again, best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Upgrade your truck without breaking the bank at NAW Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Get weather protection, added security, and durability with the Rough Country 3-panel hard folding truck bed cover starting at $6.99. Or cash in on scratch and dent options like WeatherGuard toolboxes, pack rats, and 50 to 60% off a huge selection of new scratch and dent RDS diesel transfer tanks. Skip the big box hassle. Shop local at NAW today. 3027 Culebra Road. Family operated, community driven since 1978.
Spring is in the air, and Alev's long-lasting pain relief is here to keep you moving. The days are longer, and the flowers are blooming. Whether it's gardening, yard work, or just spending more time outdoors, spring has a way of getting us moving despite any body pain. That's where Aleve can keep you going. With just one dose, Aleve gives you long-lasting body pain relief for up to 12 hours. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
All right, our Sports Star crew, listen up. If you want to keep winning in life like our San Antonio Spurs do on the court, head over to Game Day Men's Health. Cibolo Shirts or Alamo Ranch, the roster stacked with all-stars just like our Spurs. Experts trained in hormonal health, erectile dysfunction, weight loss, advanced peptide therapies. Why go to the G League when you can take your talents straight to the top, baby? Whether you're tired all the time, you've got low energy, maybe you've got some weight gain or the brain fog, dog. Maybe you need a little help in the bedroom. I'm not here to judge. They've got you covered. Their Hall of Fame team and services like testosterone replacement and peptide therapies will get you back in the game. Located in Alamo Ranch, or choose the Cibolo Shirts location on I-35 and 3009 across the highway from HEB. Call 830-376-9100 or visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com and book your appointment today. Win back your health, win back your life. It's game day. Let's go. That's 830-376-9100.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at HEB or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Spurs looking to get even in their series with the Minnesota Timberwolves after falling in Game 1 Monday night. Game 2 from the Frost Bank Center set for 8:30 tonight. It will be televised on ESPN. Carter Bryant again listed as questionable. We've also got a game 2 tonight between the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. New York leads that 1-0. No Joel Embiid. He has been ruled out for the Sixers.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day. Hump day. Hump day. Hump day. Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and however you are doing it. I know there's a lot of nervous Spurs fans, maybe anxious Spurs fans out there. It's going to be okay. We're live at Novo Brewery. Come on out here and have a drink, and that'll take care of that. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
And you talk about nervous Spurs fans, anxious Spurs fans. I'm just ready to get to Game 2. It's 3:02. Game starts after 8:30.
It does. Yeah, we got like 5.5 hours. Jeez. And the game the other night didn't start till 8:45.
Well, yeah,
it's
going to be 8:50. Yeah. And again, because it is a true doubleheader, they could push that start time to make sure, although I expect the other game to be a blowout again, since Joel Embiid, shocker, hurt. Not there.
Who would have thought that?
Yeah, so get to our YouTube page. YouTube, search out San Antonio Sports Star or the shortcut. Just click on sasportstar.com. You can pop right into the video feed there. Vote in our poll. Today is tonight a must-win for the San Antonio Spurs. In theory, because we know technically it is not an elimination game, but it does feel like their season is on the line. Right now, 83% of you say yes, tonight is a must-win for the San Antonio Spurs.
Well, see, when you say that, and here's what I'll bring up. If by some chance the Spurs lose tonight, that's it? I mean, so you're saying it's a must-win game. If they don't win tonight, they're done. I mean, that's basically what you're saying if you're thinking tonight is a must-win game.
In theory, and while I have the Spurs winning this in 6, and if they lose tonight, that could still happen, but I live in the real world. If the Spurs don't win tonight, they aren't going to win this series. If the Spurs don't win tonight, there might not be another game at the Frost Bank Center this season.
Whoa.
I live in the real world.
Nobody's going to sweep the Spurs. Come on. Jason.
I'm just saying.
Get that out of the atmosphere, brother.
Win tonight, and it's out of the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's true. That's all you got to do.
That's why I look at tonight's game is more than just, it'd be really nice. I mean, in theory, this is a must-win. Technically, it's not, but in theory, Spurs lose tonight. They're on life support, and last rites are being read. And then it's just a matter of when, not if, they pronounce RIP on the season.
Very difficult journey, to say the least, if they do happen to fall tonight. That's for sure. So we'll see. And, I think our prediction of Spurs in 6 would be in jeopardy at that point in time. You're just hoping for a Game 7 back in San Antonio, which would be nice. We'll see what happens, though, tonight. It is a big game. There's no question about the level of importance tonight.
210-656-ESPN 656-3776. You want to talk about what the Spurs need to do tonight to ensure that victory? Get on the phone lines and tell us. Give us comments in the YouTube chat. Twitter at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. We'll have phone calls coming up, but right now it's time for the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novo Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
In a story that has more drama and more twists and turns than something you might see on HBO Max or whatever, this JP Morgan story has taken a couple of different twists. Now there is information that there are witnesses. So the dude's lawsuit never officially got filed. Then he rewrote it.
He's amended it.
Technical terms. I'm not a lawyer. Added in some witnesses. So the guy that claims that he was a sex slave, that you find out maybe was a dirtbag that claimed his dad died to get 3 months off when his dad is very much alive, has added witnesses claiming that boss that he's talked about was naked and drunk and tried to start a 3-way at an apartment that they were all staying in. And there's witnesses now.
Well, look, this JP Morgan executive, this lady boss, she's shiny. Look, maybe she likes to have a good time. I don't know.
I mean, look,
a couple of drinks, and you're thinking, well, I mean, maybe we can do something. That doesn't make her and him a sex slave.
Well, again, he's claiming that he was trying, and that's what the witnesses say. He was saying, no, we don't need to join you, and she said, I mean, whatever, right? But then, and again, there's so many, I don't know what to believe anymore, right? But then the Wall Street Journal, of all places. Now, the Wall Street Journal, this isn't the New York Post.
No.
This isn't the tabloids. This isn't TMZ. A tweet from the Wall Street Journal. JP Morgan offered a former banker $1 million to settle his lurid sex claims weeks before he filed a lawsuit that has captivated Wall Street. All right.
Well, look, I mean, if you're him and she actually did this, $1 million is chump change.
Well, now, granted, this, again, following along with this story, it was, holy crap, what's going on there? Let's all apply to, this is a bunch of BS. Now you're telling me JP Morgan, who investigated and said they found nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They found nothing. Offered this dude $1 million. They must have found something if they were willing to part ways with $1 million. And for this dude to turn down $1 million, how much money do you think he's going to get?
I don't know. And he's obviously going to have to prove that something happened. But, yeah.
You're turning down $1 million, you better have some proof.
If JP Morgan is offering $1 million to make this thing go away and he doesn't do it, then, yeah, I mean, maybe there's some – I don't know what's true and what's not. I mean, the guy –
I just can't wait for the movie.
She's like a little vixen when the story first came out, and then he looks like a scumbag after that with his whole dad asking for leave and all that. And now – it's like, okay, it's my turn, and I'm putting it back in your court. You wanted a three-way, darling. So
I just hope Taylor Sheridan is getting his scripts ready and starting to think about who's going to play the various parts, because I think that lady lawyer from Landman would be perfect as this JP Morgan exec.
Well, I think that would be it'd be great, especially if she turns out to be a sex slave person, master.
Well, whether she is or not, she's going to play that part in the
I know, but
the series.
Can you see that lawyer from Landman with the whip and the leather and all of that?
Dude, I mean, if you're watching Euphoria and you're seeing what Sydney Sweeney is doing, yeah, you can picture her doing that.
Holy cow!
Wait, is she a sex master, or are you just calling her?
Well, that's daddy.
Well, I guess
it's
maybe
a sex slave, sir,
or mama,
not master.
Wouldn't you call her mama? Yes, mother. May I have
you
another?
would call her darling. Who are you kidding?
Yes, mother. May I have another? Hurt me.
Well, that's what a bull did. A couple weves ago, we had this article. A bullfighter.
Yeah,
he got gored right up the the hiney, perforated rectum. Well, the bullfighter yesterday, he got gored in the groin area, and when you watch the video, the bull's coming from the side and just kind of hooks him and lifts him.
I think these bulls are getting smart. I mean, I think they're evolving over time.
Really?
I mean, well, yeah, because you got bullfight. Bulls actually die in these things, right? And so they're getting together in a little huddle, and as they're born, I think maybe there's a class or something now. It's like, all right.
You think the bulls are taking a class?
Yeah, because
where do we hurt the bullfighter the most?
If you've got a horn and you need to stick it up his butt, or go after the package.
Well, that's it.
One way or the other.
Now, granted, I mean, when you think about these bullfighters and you watch these videos, and you watch one video, and then all of a sudden they're in your algorithm. So you see this happens a lot more than it needs to. But I'm thinking you either need to be really tall or really short. But average size bullfighter, I mean, it's prime target area for the bull, for the horn. Yeah.
Well, I mean, either one, right? If he's turned around, you go for the butt. If he's not, then you go for the front.
Yeah.
But this dude had to have, emergency surgery. So I don't know what happened. But emergency surgery. I mean, the dude with the rectum didn't have that.
He did.
He had surgery?
Well, of course.
Oh.
He had a bull's horn up his.
Maybe they ought to give up bullfighting. I don't know.
I mean, the risk reward, you know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
Maybe they enjoy the rehab.
Sure.
Speaking of, there's a guy in Boston that needs to go to rehab. He's doing it all wrong. I don't know what I would do in this situation. A guy in Boston, in a very kind of high-end area of Boston, woke up the other morning, walking down the stairs, and there was a dude butt-ass naked on his couch.
Smoking crack.
And the guy goes back upstairs, gets his kids, calls the cops. Cops show up, and there's this dude who doesn't live there, butt-ass naked on the couch with his crack pipe next to him. So he broke into the house and got naked and smoked crack. He didn't steal anything.
No, nothing.
But he broke into somebody's house.
Now, what state was this?
It's Massachusetts.
Okay, well,
it's where Boston is located.
He's fortunate it was If that happens in Texas, he's a goner.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
I think they have guns in Boston too.
Yeah, but I think the laws are a little bit different in Massachusetts than they are in Texas.
I think if you're naked and on somebody's couch and you don't live there, I don't think anybody's going to be mad at you.
I don't know.
You got to defend
Just
your
saying.
property.
The dude is fortunate that he didn't get blasted.
Well, he was blasted.
Well, obviously he was blasted, but my gosh.
Yeah.
That would scare the crap out of you coming downstairs and seeing a dude there.
Well, I mean, it's anybody that doesn't belong in your house.
Well, sure.
I mean, you imagine that you're in jail. What are you in for? I thought I went to my house, but apparently it was somebody else's.
Dude, I was smoking this great crack that I just got. Now, I don't know what happened. It's all a blur.
Yeah, it wasn't my house. I thought it was.
Look just like that front door is a dead ringer for mine. I don't know.
Now, granted, former ESPN radio host had an issue like that one time where he just, had too much to drink and went into the wrong apartment. I guess it does happen.
I guess. Why are people leaving their doors open?
Well, I don't know that they did. I mean, but you think it's your place, you're going to get in.
I guess. I guess. It's crazy. Craziness.
I know there are people out there looking for a job. One is becoming available. It's short-term employment, but you can earn $50,000. The downside is you're going to have to watch every World Cup soccer match from a glass cube in the middle of Times Square.
A lot of people like soccer enough that they might want to do that.
Well, I mean, sure. Now, granted, it feels like this is a promotion with Fox and Indeed because you have to update your Indeed resume and submit some stuff.
Sure.
And they're going to build this cool little thing for you to, watch soccer in. But you got to watch every game.
How long does the World Cup go?
I don't know, from early June to late July.
Pledge is it a couple of months, dude? $50,000.
It's $50,000 for short-term work.
I would do that. I don't know. I might fall asleep during a couple of those matches,
you would not do that.
I might.
I mean, you're going to be in the fishbowl. You get mad when Pledge leaves the camera on during a break because you feel like a zoo animal.
There are some soccer games that are just boring as hell. All right, so I'm just saying you might have to take a nap during one or two of them.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have to take notes or?
It doesn't really give any kind of details other than, they're going to build this thing at Times Square. You're going to be able to watch all the games in 4K in this custom-built dream viewing space, glass cube in the middle of Times Square. What I don't understand, job applications are being accepted through May 17th. You got to submit a video to be the perfect person for it. So your video would immediately disqualify you. You start work on Saturday, June 6th. You end work on Sunday, July 26th.
Okay.
1 week after the tournament concludes. But it doesn't say, are you in this box the whole time or you just have to show up on game day?
That's a good question.
Do you have a hotel? Clearly there's a potty somewhere nearby, especially if Reinego gets the job.
Damn right.
But is there food and beer while you're watching? Or are you just in a tube by yourself watching? And how comfortable is the recliner going to be in there? That's
$50,000.
Again, yeah, you're right. I'd do it.
I don't know if I would do it or not, but it's $50,000. And there you go. We've got some people. Chris Summers says sign him up. Also, I feel bad for, and I'm not sure, DJ Lewis or whatever. He's picking up his kids from school as we're talking about bulls and rectums and packages.
I'm sure they're laughing their ass off in the back of the car. And you get to explain that. Exactly. Appreciate you, sir.
Yes, we do.
But your kid's got a chuckle out of it.
Well, I don't know if he's picked them up yet. It was the other moms he had to roll up the window and turn the radio down.
No, those moms are listening too.
Well, sure they are.
Yeah.
Of course they are. Well, just don't be a bullfighter, kids, unless you like that kind of thing. I mean, it's up to you.
Don't. And kids, that's why you stay in school.
Yeah, exactly right. Hey, we're live at Novo Brewery. Come on out here and see us. It's a great place. A lot of folks out here enjoying lunch and some mid-afternoon drinks. And you could do the same thing. We're out here till 6 o'clock, but you need to come out and check this place out if you never have been. It is in North Star Mall, but it's got its own entrance. So if you come up the Rector entrance to North Star Mall, you drive right in, park, and Novo Brewery has their own entrance and their own hours as well. They're not tied to the mall hours. Come on out here and see us as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's playoff headquarters has arrived. Novo Brewery features 80 feet of video walls, craft beers, hard kombucha on tap, and the food menu that means business. Thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, carne asada fries, and more. And with its own private entrance separate from North Star Mall, no hassle, just you, your crew, and the biggest screens in the city at Novo Brewery. Open late. Visit novobrew.com. Novo Brewery. Come hungry. Stay for the game.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ziprecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ziprecruiter.com/radio. ziprecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
At Target, finding something for every kind of mom and every side of mom just got easier. Does she love fashion? Take 20% off select women's clothing and accessories and find a dress she'll love to wear. Is she into the outdoors? Freshen up her favorite spot with up to 40% off planters, pillows, and poofs. Or keep it classic, fresh tulips for just $12 and a Dossier fragrance trio for $32. Whatever mom is into, we've got it. Celebrate mom her way, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
Get a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6. Your early morning wake-up call on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
So happy you're with us on this Wednesday afternoon. This is the Blitz. We're live at Novo Brewery, North Star Mall. Come on out here and see us. Have yourself a drink. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's time to start looking toward the weekend. It is game day as well. all kinds of reasons, excuses, whatever you want to say, to come out here and have a cold beverage or 2 or 10. I'm Joe, he's Jason, and we are getting ready for a big Game 2 tonight, without a doubt.
How you feeling about tonight's big Game 2? Is it a must-win for the San Antonio Spurs in this 0-1 hole? That is our question on YouTube right now, and 84% say yes. You can vote. Just go to sasportstar.com and click on the video. Head over to YouTube and search out San Antonio Sports Star, and you can find the Blitz and participate in the poll. It's huge, not to undersell it, right? And again, living in the real world, knowing how tough Minnesota is at home, knowing their crowd, you can't go there 0-2.
Spurs haven't won there this year. They lost both meetings in Minnesota this year.
Now, the Spurs have been a really good road team. But, hell, they've been a good home team, too.
Sure.
And again, you look at the mistakes from Game 1, and obviously you give Minnesota a ton of credit, but the Spurs had a lot of issues on their own. A lot of the turnovers were, especially De'Aaron Fox, lazy. And I know De'Aaron Fox, more so than Wemby, seems to be taking a lot more heat for a bad Game 1. And I think part of that is because Wemby is Wemby. But when you're a De'Aaron Fox and the trade is made for you a year ago to come in and be that guy and be a team leader, the expectations for you are a lot higher. Although I have heard plenty of criticism for Wemby in his game, especially his choice to take so many three-pointers, especially when he wasn't making any of them. So Wemby is not above criticism, but it feels like De'Aaron Fox is getting a lot more of it. But De'Aaron Fox not only had all the bad shooting, but also the turnovers.
He did, and he just didn't look like himself. That's for sure. Wemby was getting it done where we know he's going to get it done. I don't think Wemby will ever have a bad game defensively. He's just not wired that way. Missing shots, that's going to happen from time to time. But I just think, and you're right, it's the or whoever was criticizing him for the 3-point shots, me included. I mean, after you miss 5 in a row, you might want to think about doing something else. And
Shoot, man.
I know that's the thing, right? But Wemby can do so many other things that he just doesn't have to settle for the 3-point shot. And I think he settled for that the other night, and none of them were going down.
Well, and again, I think Game 1 was playoff basketball.
Absolutely.
Welcome to playoff basketball with the physical nature. And I expect Minnesota continue to be very physical, especially with Wemby. Devin Vassell today said, you know what? The Spurs have to be just as physical in response.
Being more physical, we got to be more physical. Got to initiate contact more. And, I mean, just trust what got us here. I don't think anybody's questioning the shots that anybody took or nobody's confident. I mean, not confident. So we're all good. We're just ready to bounce back from last game for sure.
And you know, that's got to be a difficult couple of days. If you're the Spurs,
Sure.
after getting beat in Game 1, and then you gotta try and sleep that night, which I bet you none of them got a lot of sleep, and then you come back, you watch film yesterday, and you try to figure it out. Now you're just anxious to go out and play and turn in a better performance.
Well, and again, I mean, when Devin Vassell said, "I'm excited to," how are we going to start the game? It's like he's as curious as we are with how this game is going to start.
Truthfully, I'm very excited about this game. I'm excited to see how we respond. I think that they came and they execute their game plan really well, which is to be more physical and to, put us off our spots. So I'm interested to see how we come out in the beginning of the game.
Well, Devin, that ain't going to change. I mean, that's just how Minnesota plays. They're going to get physical. They're going to try and move you off your spots. So what are you going to do about it? That's what. I mean, another thing to look for tonight. So many things to watch for tonight, but that's certainly one. And they were doing that to Wemby, especially late in the game, moving him off his spot, getting him out of the way so their small guys could drive to the rack. And it worked.
It did. When you look at and you think about tonight's game and the start, the anticipation, And I think about something that Devin had said there. They were happy with the majority of their shots. They just didn't go. And there was 1 3 that Wemby took that still pisses me off. Early in the shot clock from the top, and he just got it and jacked up a 3 and missed. They didn't get the rebound in the other way. Outside of that, from all in there and Julian Champagnie missing the potential game winner, it's not like the Spurs didn't get a lot of shots that they liked. It's not like there were a lot of bad shots where you're sitting there going, what the hell was that? I mean, some, sure, and you get that in the course of any basketball game. But in reality, you expect this team to shoot better. You go back and you look at their losses this year, and there weren't many of them. Most of them, the one consistent thing, they were bad from three-point range.
That's it.
And they were bad the other night from three-point range. They are a three-point shooting team. And now, granted, they're not the volume three-point approach like, say, Boston has. But when those shots aren't dropping, you're on vacation. And that's what happened to Boston. Live by the 3, die by the 3. And for Boston, a team that many thought, including me, would be in the NBA Finals, instead they're on the beach with Rossini and Vrabel. I mean, but the Spurs don't have to rely on their 3. And that's what was frustrating, I think, the other night for me and for a lot of you Spurs fans is Wemby and Fox were awful from 3, but everybody was. And they, to a degree, keep shooting it, but the Spurs can adjust their offense and attack. And that's what they did late to erase that 9-point lead. They were attacking the rim. And sometimes that will help open up the outside shot.
Look, if you're a Julian Champagnie or a Devin Vassell, yeah, you keep shooting. That's what you do. If you're a Victor Wembanyama, who can do so many other things and do them well, and I know he gets praised for being able to hit that outside shot, but when they're not falling, it's up to him. I think more so than even to Mitch Johnson to say, I'm not making these shots, Coach. What can we do? How can I do this? Maybe this is an idea to I can get inside or get into the paint, something. But he's a smart enough basketball player to realize those shots from the outside, from beyond the arc, they're not falling. I got to do something else to help this basketball team offensively.
I'm with you. I mean, what do you do, right? If you're Mitch Johnson, I think the number one key tonight is to get Wemby and Fox going offensively. And what do? You dial up high percentage shot plays, and you get that confidence going. You cannot let Minnesota dictate. Last game, they let Minnesota dictate. That's got to stop tonight.
Well, for much of it, they did. But it was one hell of a basketball game. I certainly expect pretty much the same tonight. I really do. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Spurs just blow them out, and by halftime we're all, breathing a sigh of relief and thinking about this 1-1. I just don't think any game in this series is going to go that way. I think they'll all be tough and right down to the wire. And it all starts tonight with Game 2. Perfect place to come watch that Game 2 if you're not going to the game. It's right here at Novo Brewery. I'm looking around here all over the place. There's screens everywhere. Doesn't matter where you sit in this establishment, you're going to be able to get a great view of the Spurs game tonight. And so come on out here, start your party a little bit early, get you a great seat for the game tonight and party with us here on the Blitz. We'll switch gears. If you guys want to talk Spurs, though, you're more than welcome to do so. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. On our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, if you go to sasportstar.com, you can find that. You can comment there as well. At Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinagle 210. We want to hear from you regarding the Spurs game tonight. But when we come back, we're going to talk a little NFL football, some developments, especially with the referees and maybe getting that all worked out. We may not have replacement refs, which is a good thing.
It is a good thing. And Caleb Downs with a major change.
Yes, that's true. We'll talk about it all when we continue live from Novo Brewery. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They had on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, did the Spurs do it? Is it 1-1 or is the boat sinking? We'll talk NBA front to back. Rumors coming out of the Cowboys office. Is Davion Clowney leaving? We'll talk about NFL and much, much more. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and 0 calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
When the moments in your life are too important to miss, you can trust O'Reilly Auto Parts to keep you and your plans on the road. Our professional parts people can test your vehicle's battery and even give it a charge if needed. In most cases, we can install your new battery for free. It's just one of the many services we provide at O'Reilly Auto Parts to ensure life's best moments don't find you stranded.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Now is the time to shop for upgrades that transform your yard during spring backyard days at the Home Depot. Turn an empty corner into a hangout with the Hampton Bay Brook Mill 4-piece patio set. Then brighten your garden with lilacs or begonias and help them thrive with Vigoro potting soil. It's the finishing touches that really bring your space together, with low prices guaranteed. Shop spring backyard days for 7 days at the Home Depot now through May 6th. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Help, Mother's Day's almost here and I have nothing for Mom.
Relax, sis. Just shop JTV. I already got Mom a gorgeous gold bracelet.
JTV, like jewelry, television, isn't that
amazing? Yes, they have thousands of gift and jewelry ideas, and their prices are unreal.
Okay, but how unreal are we talking?
Right now, new customers get $20 off your purchase of $99 or more at jtv.com. Use code DEAL20 now.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
Because I'm the mean sister.
Game 3 is Friday night, and you know there's no better place to watch playoff basketball than the Roo Pub. Pre-game with the Blitz live at the Roo Pub Friday from 2 to 6, and stick around to watch the game. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
The Morning Huddle.
Almost everybody on their team has a Vitch or something like that in their name. They've got 3 starters: Ivasic, Stojakovic, and Merkovic. So they've got 3 Vitches starting for them.
Well, I think only Virginia has as many Vitches as Illinois.
Well, Illinois has more Vitches coming off the bench too. They've got another Ivasic and they've got a Petrovic that comes off the bench. They got so many Vitches.
You got Vitches, I got Vitches.
And man, these Vitches be balling. These Vitches be balling when they play guys who don't. If you ain't got the right Vitches, you're not gonna
win.
You know what Brad Underwood's gonna say to you? Vitch, please.
Grab some wood,
Vitch. The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live at Novo Brewery, this is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy to have you along on this Wednesday afternoon. It'd be better if you were live and in person with us here at Novo Brewery. Get on down here as soon as you can and try this amazing place out. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
Game 2 tonight, Spurs Timberwolves. Our poll question on YouTube, is it a must-win for the San Antonio Spurs, down 0-1 in the series? Well over 100 votes, 85% say it is.
Wow.
You too can cast your vote. Head over to YouTube and search out San Antonio Sports Star, or take the shortcut at sasportsstar.com. And a lot of Spurs news today, but man, some really big Dallas Cowboys news today. And big for a lot of you, because Caleb Downs has the #1 selling jersey amongst rookies. he gets drafted. What does he have? 30-some-odd million guaranteed over the next
something
several
like
years?
that. Yeah.
Some dude named Kobe Durant as #2, which was his college number. So he took 18. Apparently, he doesn't have enough money to pay off Kobe Durant. But today, he switched his number to 13.
So you're screwed if you bought his jersey.
I don't know how that works.
Wow.
Although, what a collector item.
I guess. I mean, I'd be a little bit pissed off.
Well, I would be, because my guess is, now granted, you have to understand what the NFL rules are. He can change his number up until the start of the season.
Yeah.
So there's still a chance that dude's going to be #2 before it's all said and done.
Or something else. I mean, my goodness.
But apparently he went to the rookie stuff last week and said, man, I don't play good in 18. Give me another number. Let's go with 13. But if you did get something with 18 on it, it might be worth money. It might not be. You know, I remember my good friend Dat Wynn, who always has to have a number 9 in his business for religious reasons. You know, he wore number 9 at Texas A&M. Well, when he first got to the Cowboys, you know, he was trying to figure out how he can have something with a 9 in it. And the only thing available was 99. And that one said, I'm too little to wear 99.
That's true.
Right? And so he went with 45. And there is some stuff out there in his rookie offseason stuff of him wearing 45. 4 and 5 equals 9.
Sure.
And then, of course, some dude gets cut. 59 becomes available. And that one changes his number and wears 59 from then on.
I feel bad for all the people that went out and bought that Caleb Downs jersey, number 18. Well, I kind of do. I'll get over it really quickly, but I'm just saying. I feel it's just I mean, it's not his fault. He doesn't give a damn. I mean, not that he doesn't give a damn. It's just like,
You're saying that Caleb Downs doesn't care about
Well,
me?
you shouldn't have gone out and bought that jersey.
Why not? You're excited. You're a Cowboy fan, and Caleb Downs is going to be the difference maker. We finally got something. Let's go.
Well, we just don't know that, do we?
No, we do. That's why he's got the number 1 selling jersey.
Yeah, but now that's not his jersey.
Well, but it's a trivia question.
I suppose it is, and that trivia question could have multiple answers before the season begins.
Now, what if, you order the jersey, and, it hasn't come in yet. If you ordered his jersey, and it's in the process of being made, and he changes his number, do they just automatically change the number? I mean, do you still want the jersey if it's 13 and not 18? I mean,
of course you do.
Yeah, I mean, what if you're just like, dude, I can't wear 13. It's unlucky. I don't want 13.
Yeah, but if that's his jersey, you got to have the real jersey.
Again, though, but what if you are opposed? What if you are such a Michael Gallup fan, you don't want to wear any other 13 because you love Michael Gallup?
Yeah, well, I don't know if there's any of those people out there.
Well, Mrs. Gallup, Mama Gallup.
Well, sure, and she may have one.
Well, I'm sure she's got more than one.
Look, again, that's I guess RPP or FPP, fans people problems.
But again, I mean, because it's not like, everybody goes and they buy the jersey when they get drafted, but it's not like they've got them ready to go, so they've got to get made. So did he switch it in time for you to get the 13 versus the 18?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, and somebody that deals in jerseys, maybe you know the answer to that. I don't know. So you're assuming these fans ordered this jersey. It wasn't already in the Cowboys fan shop.
Well, yeah. I mean, the dude got drafted. I mean,
I get it, but
I mean, you think some guys upstairs stitching them on?
I do.
Well, no, they sold thousands of them.
I bet you Academy or somebody, whoever up there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, whoever sells these things probably had them done. They're probably not real, so you may not have paid a fortune for it, but
you pay a fortune for the non-real ones.
Well,
it's kind of sad, actually.
Well, it is,
but what I'm saying though, they're pre-order. They're not. It's not like on draft night the next day they've got them all in stock and ready to go.
Oh, I'm going to assume that they will change the number for you, I guess, unless you've got it already. Then you're screwed, I think.
Can you do a jersey exchange?
No. Why would the store want that jersey back?
Well, because it's wrong.
And it means nothing, and it's not the store's fault.
Huh.
I don't know. It's a dilemma.
And I still feel like by the time we start the season, he's going to get number 2.
Well, I'm sure he's talked to, was it
Kobe Durant?
Yeah, I'm sure he's talked to him.
Sure.
And maybe Kobe said, screw you.
I mean, Caleb Downs has enough money.
Yeah, but why would Kobe give it up to a rookie? Now, if it was
because it's Caleb Downs and you're Kobe Durant.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
He's a rookie.
Again, there are rookies that can come in and some guy with his jersey retired is like, dude, you're a first-round pick. Of course you can have my jersey.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, he'd have it already.
I mean, maybe not enough money there. I mean, at some point you got to pony up for that. At some point, you got to negotiate.
I'd rather you tell me to go screw myself than ask for more money.
I mean, if Warren Moon can give up his jersey number 1 that he never wore in Tennessee to Cam Ward, then I think Kobe Durant should give up that number for Caleb Downs.
I wouldn't do it. Hey, and you know what? Here's the thing.
What? Caleb
Downs, you're going to be a star.
Yep.
I think by all intents, and then make another number famous. All right, that was Ohio State, buddy. You're up in the big leagues.
It was
now.
Ohio State. It was Alabama. But, dude, people in their numbers, man.
Well, you know what?
I mean, maybe he wore it in high school. Maybe he wore it in middle school. There is something about people in their numbers all the way through.
I just believe if Kobe was going to give him the number, he would have done it already.
I think there's got to be enough money involved.
Well, and again, you're a rookie, even though you're getting a pretty good paycheck. I'm not going to give up a whole. I mean, it's a jersey number, for goodness sake.
Well, but that's a big deal, Ryan.
Well,
it might not be for you, but
it's not.
The jersey number is a big deal. Like we don't know how much money, and maybe this is why Kobe Durant doesn't want to give it up. maybe he's got so many diamond-encrusted jewelry pieces with the number on it.
There's that.
I mean, there are so many things. I mean, personalized license plates, tattoos. I mean, you have no idea, right? What could be associated with this, but the number is so important for so many of these guys that, and at some point, if you're Jerry or Steven, Schottenheimer, Christian, somebody needs to let Kobe Durant know, dude, man, you're not wearing number 2.
They're not going to do that.
I mean,
they're not going to do that. Hey, I'm telling Caleb Downs, hey, you were a stud at Ohio State, pal. Let's see how you do with a star on your helmet. And maybe you come in, you're rookie of the year. I'll give up the number 2.
How many of these guys do you see changing their numbers after they've been in to get back to their number because they want it? Kobe Durant, you're delaying the inevitable. You're not going to be number 2 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
He's
Kobe,
not.
You stay firm, buddy. I'm on his side on this thing.
You're on Kobe Durant?
Yes.
Why?
Well, it's his number. He got it. It's his number.
He's yet to play it down for the Dallas Cowboys in that number.
Caleb Downs hasn't played it down either.
A first-round draft pick.
It doesn't matter. Hasn't played it down. You can't treat these rookies that special when they come in here. They still got to be hazed and all of that stuff.
There's no hazing anymore. It's 2026.
Baloney, there is.
I mean, he can get number 2 and still pick up the breakfast sandwiches and bring all the food on the plane.
Dude, I miss the days where they tape guys to the goalpost.
Dude, that was so much fun when we'd be in Oxnard.
Yes.
And you would see I mean, honestly, we would see guys taped. They would get to, I remember one big old offensive lineman, and who knows who he was because he didn't even make the team. But he was taped to the goalpost, and then they shaved little spots into his head.
Yes. And they give him goofy haircuts.
Yeah.
That was when it was fun. Now it's,
they got to sing, and that's
a bunch of softies.
A bunch of softies.
That's it. Come on.
The good old days.
Those were the good old days,
They were.
Man. When football was fun.
Number 2, the theme of the day, since we're getting ready for game 2.
It kind of is the theme of the day a little bit. I do want to say this. It looks like no replacement refs. Hopefully, they're going to have a vote tomorrow. So they've come up with whatever it is that they need to come up with in negotiations, and a vote tomorrow between the union and the NFL, and hopefully this will go away and we don't have to worry about that.
It is funny. As soon as the NFL started onboarding replacement referees, the actual referees were able to have a meeting and determine, this is a pretty good gig.
Yeah, not bad. Not a bad gig. So it looks like we'll tell you how that happens. They're scheduled to vote tomorrow on ratifying this, and if it comes to pass, then we're in pretty good shape.
One thing about the referee story that I do find interesting. The NFL at their owners' meetings approved an amendment for replay assist to help out the replacement referees. So in New York, they could chime in whether they wanted to or not with the replacement referees. But apparently that little nugget, that won't happen if the real referees are on the field. So that replay assist that they voted in just for the replacement refs is just for the replacement refs. So if, and I do expect tomorrow the referees to accept the new contract, the CBA, then that rule that they did put in for this year, that wouldn't actually be a rule, which is unfortunate.
Well, it really is a little unfortunate. You ought to do some of that kind of stuff. But I'm happy this will happen. We don't have any. We can just complain about the real refs instead of the replacement refs.
Yeah.
And we will do that, by
Absolutely.
the way. Aaron Rodgers. Been a lot of reports out there here lately over the last couple of days that he was interested in the Arizona Cardinals. The head coach of the Cardinals came out and said it's news to him.
Now, first off, that's what I would expect the head coach to say. But when you heard that, it's like who the Jets offer Russell Wilson, who's getting TV interest. But if you're the Arizona Cardinals, why would you be talking to Aaron Rodgers? If you're Aaron Rodgers, why would you be talking or thinking about the Arizona Cardinals? I mean, I seem to remember when this guy left Green Bay, He wanted to go to a team like Tom where he could go chase and get another ring. Now, it hadn't worked out for him yet because, he went to the Jets. Although they had a pretty good team put together, but 4 plays in, his season was over. And then he ends up in Pittsburgh. The guy can't seriously be chasing a ring and consider the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, I mean, was he going to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers? I mean, they're not going to win a ring anytime soon.
They're not, but you have more of a chance in Pittsburgh to lose in the first round of the playoffs because that's what they do.
At least you'll get to the playoffs.
At least you'll get to the playoffs, but I never took the Arizona rumors serious. Just no. I mean,
well, it's too bad because look what Arizona has. They got a great wide receiver in Marvin Harrison Jr., who hasn't really been great.
We thought he was going to be great. We haven't seen greatness yet.
My whole point exactly when it comes to Caleb Downs. Thank you very much. Okay, I digress. And then they draft Love, the running back. So if you're Aaron Rodgers, you've got a receiver, you've got a running game. Maybe it's not so unattractive.
Are you chasing a ring or a paycheck, Aaron Rodgers?
I think Aaron Rodgers is chasing his ego. That's what Aaron Rodgers is chasing. He doesn't give a damn about a ring. Doesn't give a damn about the money. He's got plenty of it. He just wants us and everybody else talking about Aaron Rodgers. What's he going to do? Where is he going to go? Aaron this, Aaron that. That's all Aaron Rodgers is interested in. He doesn't give a damn about anything else. He is a bum, by the way.
He's a very rich bum.
Yeah, sure he is. So go right off into the sunset.
Well, he's married now. He's got to get out of the house.
Well, get out of the house. He can go anywhere he wants to go.
Yeah, but,
Dude, he's
not going to Arizona.
The Houston Texans are going to have a new quarterback.
No, stop.
It's possible.
All right, they're going to have another quarterback in the room for a while.
Is he a new quarterback or not? I was accurate.
I mean, you make it sound like C.J. Stroud is on his way out.
It's called a tease, buddy.
Well, I mean that's pathetic. Clayton Tune is going to be a training camp body for him.
He is. He's going to go to Texans rookie mini camp and see what he can do. Clayton Tune, where did he play?
University of Houston.
That's it. That's it.
And
that was pretty good there.
And why is he going to a rookie mini camp? Guy who was in the league for a couple of years, drafted ironically by Arizona, and now he doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
But they need somebody to throw the ball to the rookies. So Clayton Tune, man. When you get off work at the Walgreens down the street from the stadium, you can go throw some footballs.
Well, I think Clayton Tune, he's a quality quarterback. Look, if you're a guy like Clayton Tune, all you want to do is try to impress somebody, so you're on somebody's roster holding a clipboard.
Well, that's it.
That's exactly what you want.
Exactly what he should be doing.
So, but the problem for him in Houston is they got a pretty decent backup.
Yeah.
In Davis Mills.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. And, if you'd have let me go there, I'd be like, so wait a minute. What? Are they going to get rid of C.J. Stroud?
Nobody's going to fall for that banana in the tailpipe.
They might have.
Nobody.
They might have.
Nobody.
I was looking for the noodles.
Damn it. See, Pledge was all worried. He was all worried. I'm telling you, he was.
Are you kidding? He's already ordered Clayton Tune's jersey.
I'm sure he has. What number is he going to wear?
It doesn't matter. 7.
Oh, interesting. Hey, we're at Novo Brewery here in North Star Mall. Come on out here and see us. And if you'll come in from the Rector side, that's behind the mall. If you come in from that side, you go in the entrance and you're right here. You're going to run right into Novo Brewery. Come on out here and see us because it's going to get crazy out here. I see people like a bunch of ants flying around here, getting stuff put together, and I don't know what they're expecting. A party, it looks like.
Well, there's a networking event happening.
Is that what that is?
Yes. You've been promoting it for a week.
Which is basically let's drink and say hello.
Yeah.
I like those kind of networking events. That's fantastic. Come on out here and see us. Novo Brewery, North Star Mall. Get yourself a good seat for the game tonight. They will have it on. That is for sure. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know me. You listen to this show enough. You know the Roo Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to go watch any big game, any big event than the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road. And you know it's going to be crazy in there tonight because not only do you have Game 2 tonight, and we're going to be there Friday for Game 3, but I digress. Tonight, it's Wednesday, right? That means steak night at the Roo Pub. Get to the 12-ounce ribeye, the fixins for $19.95. You can't beat that. And, of course, no better place for that big game tonight. And if you don't want the steak, although you should get the steak, all their food is fantastic. Love the fried shrimp. They have the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu. Great salads, great appetizers, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So if you're at the game tonight, you know it's going to end late. You're going home. You're hungry. Don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road so you can celebrate and keep that celebration going. The Roo Pub just down from the Big Blind right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
From the San Antonio Sports Stars Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and 0 calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
At Target, finding something for every kind of mom and every side of mom just got easier. Does she love fashion? Take 20% off select women's clothing and accessories and find a dress she'll love to wear. Is she into the outdoors? Freshen up her favorite spot with up to 40% off planters, pillows, and poofs. Or keep it classic, fresh tulips for just $12 and a Dossier fragrance trio for $32. Whatever mom is into, we've got it. Celebrate mom her way, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. Every day you wait, pain has one more day to take from you. If it's keeping you from work, workouts, sleep, or just feeling like yourself, it's time to fix it. At Arasti, we find the root cause and treat it. No pills, no surgery. Most patients feel better in just one visit. Covered by most insurance plans, visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit Arasti.com.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment, a pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case, Skyrizi Risankizumab Risa can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
NFL Network's Mike Garafalo reported that Cowboys defensive end Jadeveon Clowney is drawing entrance from some of his former teams. Clowney spent last year with the Cowboys and in 13 games had 41 tackles, 8.5 sacks. Texas Rangers fell last night to the New York Yankees 7-4. They continue that series tonight. First pitch is set for 6 o'clock. It's a game you can catch right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 5:30.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On a hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a great day, whatever you're doing, however you are doing it. You ought to be out here at Novo Brewery with us. That's where we are. Things picking up out here. Excitement. A lot of folks showing up. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
Big Spurs game day today. Game 2. Spurs down 0-1 in this series, as we all know. How you feeling about tonight's game?
Woo!
Nervous, anxious, confident, not so confident? 210-656-ESPN. 656-3776 on Twitter. At Joe Reinagle 2-0. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix. And Reinagle, for whatever reason, watching deer call videos, which are
it just came up on Twitter.
What?
Right now. Just came up on Twitter. And these guys, they if they so chose.
I mean, look, you've all seen the deer call. While you're watching that, I have no idea.
It was on Twitter.
I'm very curious about your algorithm, if that's what's coming up on your Twitter feed videos. Now, on our video feed on YouTube, which you can access through sasportstar.com or just head over to YouTube and search out San Antonio Sports Star. Easy poll question today. I know Professor Joe is going to be like, it's not. It technically, by the dictionary, it is not, by definition, a must-win game. But you understand the situation. So is tonight's game a must-win for the San Antonio Spurs? 87% of you say yes. 125 votes already in the poll. So while technically, Joe, it is not a must-win, I think our fans that are watching right now very realistic with, if the Spurs don't win tonight, they are not going to win this series.
Well, here is something else that came up on my Twitter feed from BR Betting. Never heard of them.
Bleacher Report.
Okay. All right. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Spurs have been incredible off of a loss. They're minus 10.5 tonight. That's the line. It's gone up a point. 9 straight wins and covers off of a loss. So if you're thinking about Spurs, you think they're going to rebound tonight, and you don't have a problem giving up 10.5 points, then maybe you should do that, because the odds say they're not only going to win tonight, but they're going to win by double digits.
You know, that's interesting. Is that where the line is at right now? Is it 10.5?
10.5. It was 9.5 yesterday. It's 10.5 today. I think gamblers are seeing this, and they've seen a trend with the Spurs over the course of the year.
Now,
and so there you go.
DraftKings right now on ESPN still has the Spurs at 9.5.
All right.
So depending on where you go, 9.5, 10.5. Hard to imagine a double-digit win at all by any team in this series. Although the Spurs Monday night in Game 1 did not look like what we are used to seeing. Minnesota gets a lot of credit for that. But in reality, the Spurs were not very good in that game. Vic was not good offensively. De'Aaron Fox was awful in that game, not only missing shots, but turning the ball over left and right. And the Spurs still had a chance to win the game at the buzzer. So when you look at how poorly the Spurs played, and they still had a chance, what are the odds that Vic and De'Aaron Fox both have bad offensive games tonight? And those aren't very good, and I think that's what Vegas is looking at. Now, if Minnesota can do that again tonight, I think all bets are off, pun intended. But I do think the Spurs get a solid bounce back tonight. They can survive a Wemby bad offensive night or a Fox bad offensive night. They cannot survive both being off.
Look, here's why I think these games are going to be close down throughout the series. Both of these teams play great defense. And I don't care what your offensive output is. If you're a good defensive team, you are never going to be out. You're never going to be out of it. And I think you can say that about both of these teams. That's why I don't think it will be a blowout tonight. I think the Spurs are going to win this game just because, well, they're going to play with a little more desperation, I think, than Minnesota. But do they win by more than 10? I don't think so. I think this is just because Minnesota is the defensive team that they are. They're going to stay within shouting distance. Same with the Spurs. We'll do that. I mean, in game one, nobody got a double-digit lead at any point in time during this game. And so I just don't see that happening because both teams are so good defensively. Nobody's going to be able to get out and really make this thing a wide margin. So I predict if I was going to bet the game, and I don't do it in the playoffs with the Spurs, I would take Minnesota plus the 10.5 just because I think they'll lose, but they'll cover.
Well, and again, I think, that's smart betting, right? 9.5. But I'm with you. Although I think that game the other night showed how quickly a 2-point game can turn into a 9-point game or how quickly a team can erase. And I look at the way Minnesota executes down the stretch. We saw that a lot in their Denver series. We've seen that in the regular season with what Minnesota was able to do, especially in some of their bigger games, and including with what we saw against the San Antonio Spurs. You look at historically, the Spurs team good at home, good on the road.
Yep.
Minnesota is the same way. They had that energy from Anthony Edwards coming off the bench, and he provided that. I would expect him to be in the starting lineup tonight.
And I would think he'll play more minutes than he did the other night.
Although not a lot of rest time because it's every other day. How does his leg respond? That I think is still a bit of a question mark. But you look at Wemby and what he did in that game late and attacking the rim. They need to do that early in the game to get his offensive game going. I thought it was very real of Victor to talk about the game went by in a blur.
Yeah.
Which tells me it was going too fast for him. He wasn't his normal calm self. What has Victor done mentally to prepare? That was their first real playoff test.
Absolutely.
I mean, Portland, I know, was the first round, but in reality, game one was different. And when you pull up some of the video highlights of seeing how he was pushed around and bullied and all that kind of stuff, I think that was his welcome to the playoff moment.
Could very well be, and he's going to get bullied again, and it's how he handles it. As we're talking about playoff tests, that certainly was one of them. The Spurs had an opportunity to win that game, and we're having a different conversation right now if they had. But again, here's the next test, even before we start the game. How are the Spurs going to respond to adversity? Because really, this is their first. I know the Portland rallied back, but I don't think the Spurs were ever truly afraid of Portland, if that makes any sense. And afraid might be the wrong word. I think they're more concerned about a Minnesota team than they ever were about Portland. And so so it's different for me. How do they respond? I clearly expect the Spurs to come out tonight and have a ton of energy to start this game. I really do. I expect them to be fast. I expect them to be crisp. And I look for that tonight. There will be no slow starts for the San Antonio Spurs tonight. And I just believe that with all my heart.
Well, and again, I mean, you talk about, starting the game. I thought it was interesting that even a guy like Devin Vassell is curious to see how his teammates respond to start the game tonight.
Truthfully, I'm very excited about this game. I'm excited to see how we respond. I think that they came and they executed their game plan really well, which is to be more physical and to, put us off our spots. So I'm interested to see how we come out in the beginning of the game.
Exactly right, and that's why I think Mitch Johnson's going to be interested to see how this team starts the game tonight. But I just have to believe, because of the desperation, because they don't want to go to Minnesota down 2-0, they're going to come out with a lot of fire tonight, and we'll see how it goes. Can Minnesota match that? That's going to be what I think is going to be the key, at least early on in this ball game.
And I know on our YouTube page, one of the comments, any word on Carter Bryant? Nothing official yet that I have seen. He was questionable last night. I didn't see anything this morning from shoot around that changes that. We'll find. I mean, maybe we find out about 6:45
game time decision.
But again, coming off the sprained foot, and I know he brings a lot of energy. But if Carter Bryant is the difference, Spurs are in trouble.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
has been a great piece, and he'll bring energy. But we're not talking about Dylan Harper impact. And no offense to Carter Bryant, but if you're thinking that guy is the difference between a win and a loss, the Spurs are in bigger trouble than you thought.
I totally agree with that. He is a part of what they do, but certainly not a big piece. Dylan Harper was the best player on the Spurs roster in game one. I thought he brought the energy. I thought he brought and he was out there playing hard. How is he going to do tonight? Can we see that again from him? And will he get a little bit of help? And all of those things are important. I'm looking forward to it now. And the closer we get to game time, man, the more excited I'm getting about it.
Absolutely. And one thing to watch tonight, officiating.
Scott Foster. Yeah, we'll get into that. Mm-hmm. Let's do that. Hey, we're live at Novo Brewery, though. You need to get out here and join us because, it's just a place to be. Come on out here, have some food, have a cocktail, have a cold beer, whatever your choice is. Get on out here and party with us. We're going to be here, obviously, for a while, so come on out here, party with us, get ready for the game, and you can watch us live and in person. I can't imagine anything better than that. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, let me brag a little bit about my Connecticut quality water softener. I love this thing. I absolutely do. And again, I've told you guys this before. I was a skeptic when they put this thing in my house. I'm thinking there's no way that this could be that much better than anything else I've ever had. Well, it didn't take me long to realize that it is absolutely head and shoulders better than anything else I've ever had. It is the absolute best in the business. There is no doubt about it. Most popular water softener on the market. They've been serving San Antonio and South Texas for over 50 years. It is just a great product, and it makes such a difference in just everyday life. It is an incredible product. And they've sweetened the deal a little bit. This is really nice. The reverse osmosis drinking station that they'll give you for free. Not only are they going to give it to you for free, they'll install it right there at your kitchen sink. And what's cool about that is they've got all different kinds of styles where they can match. Well, if your sink's gold or silver, they've got gold or silver that they can match up, and it looks like it belongs there. But the beauty of this, you don't have to drag that big thing of bottled water into your house from the grocery store anymore, or figure out what the heck you're going to do with all those plastic bottles that you've had. You don't have to do that. You turn on the tap, you fill up a glass, and it's the same thing. It is a great deal. Look, don't put this off any longer. Get it done. 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
All right, our Sports Star crew, listen up. If you want to keep winning in life like our San Antonio Spurs do on the court, head over to Game Day Men's Health. Cibolo Shirts or Alamo Ranch, the roster stacked with all-stars just like our Spurs. Experts trained in hormonal health, erectile dysfunction, weight loss, advanced peptide therapies. Why go to the G League when you can take your talents straight to the top, baby? Whether you're tired all the time, you've got low energy, maybe you've got some weight gain or the brain fog, dog. Maybe you need a little help in the bedroom. I'm not here to judge. They've got you covered. Their Hall of Fame team and services like testosterone replacement and peptide therapies will get you back in the game. Located in Alamo Ranch, or choose the Cibolo Shirts location on I-35 and 3009 across the highway from HEB. Call 830-376-9100 or visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com and book your appointment today. Win back your health, win back your life. It's game day. Let's go. That's 830-376-9100.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. A small business affirmation from Progressive. Plumbers, today will be a good day. You will be profitable. Your clients will be nice. No one will stand over you and tell you how to fix the thing they actually hired you to fix. You will also feel at peace after switching to Progressive, America's #1 commercial auto insurer. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 commercial auto insurer from the NAIC's 2024 National Premium Data.
Chris Canty here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that your fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, did the Spurs do it? Is it 1-1, or is the boat sinking? We'll talk NBA front to back. Rumors coming out of the Cowboys office. Is Davion Clowney leaving? We'll talk about NFL and much, much more. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Right, that's us, and we're live at Novo Brewery this afternoon. North Star Mall, that's where we are. The best way to get here is you enter North Star Mall from the Rector Street entrance.
Yep.
And you'll run right into it. You can park there, and Novo Brewery has its own entrance. So you don't have to go through the mall unless you absolutely want to. And if you want to, well, you're more than welcome to do so. And I'm Joe. He's Jason.
And if you're going to the mall and say she wants to do shopping, you can come in here.
Absolutely.
Eat and drink.
Yep.
And if she wants to come in here and get a nice glass of wine, apparently, and now I didn't really pay much attention to this until we were here at Novo a couple of months ago.
Uh-huh.
But their wine glasses have stems on them.
Yes.
And like Helene just ordered a wine glass, and she was like, man, you're right. That is an impressive stem. She's very impressed by the stem on that wine glass.
Well, that's nice that she's impressed by stems.
I think she's easily impressed.
Well, I think that's probably true too. I don't know, but that seems to be a big deal with the ladies at our radio station.
A good sturdy stem.
A good stem
on the wine glass.
A good stem, yes. And so it's an important thing. And that's good. Hey, if they're happy, that's good. And yeah, Pledge, I do. You're exactly right. I am a leg man. I like an impressive pair of stems.
Ah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, Pledge knows me very well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Look at how Ron's mad at us here about putting doubt out. Nobody's putting doubt out, Ron.
Who's Ron?
Ron on our San Antonio YouTube page, San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. He's talking about the Atlas Coyotes, dude.
They said they won all those playoff games years ago. I don't remember Atlas hoisting a state championship trophy, right?
Never did, but we'd always kick the Valley's ass. So that was yeah. But then it was when we got to San Antonio and Austin. That's when it was a problem.
So he's mad that we're putting out doubt.
There's no doubt.
I mean, I'm trying to be realistic.
Well, exactly. We tell the truth here on this show.
And if you're coming to a radio show that will just tell you what you want to hear, this ain't it. Right?
Not at all.
We're going to be honest, and sometimes that might piss you off, and I'm cool with that. Tonight is a must-win game for the San Antonio Spurs, in my opinion. I do not think this team will win this series if they go to Minnesota on Friday night down 0-2. In fact, if the Spurs don't win tonight might be the last time you get a free T-shirt at a Spurs game, because I don't know that there will be a game
this
5.
year anyway.
Yeah, this
right?
year.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah. I mean, this game. Now, I don't think anybody got swept, to be honest. But if you're down 0-2, the confidence level in this group, and we've talked about having to earn that playoff hurt. That's what this would be.
Oh gosh.
And again, this team has overachieved this season. Nobody thought this team was going to be where they are as a 2 seed and, a legitimate title contender. But I will also tell you this, Ron, and I've said this earlier in the show. I'm not just saying this to try to make you happy. The San Antonio Spurs played like crap the other night in game 1. Vic was awful. De'Aaron Fox was awful on the offensive end, both those guys. And the Spurs had a chance to win the game on the final shot. They lost by 2 with one of the worst games we've seen them play in a long time. So am I confident the Spurs win tonight? I am. But it's also, in my mind, a must-win game for the San Antonio Spurs.
I'm confident. I think they'll win too. But again, I think we discount why those guys had bad games. It's not just because they had bad games. Minnesota had a little something to do with that.
Sure.
And so it's while they played bad. Now look, Vic, he had open looks. He just missed shots. With De'Aaron Fox, I think that was on purpose because, again, and I've said this before, Minnesota did the same thing to Jamal Murray in the first series. They made him look really bad. And that's what they did to De'Aaron Fox, and they're going to try to continue to do that to De'Aaron Fox and take him out of it. Wemby certainly will play better offensively tonight. I don't think there's any question about it because, again, he had open looks. They just weren't falling.
And I look at what we saw from the Spurs. That was a great basketball game. I mean, that was one hell of a basketball game.
It was great.
As a Spurs fan, you're mad as hell because they lost. But just as an NBA fan, that was a great game. And I don't know of how many games where you're going to see Vic and De'Aaron Fox combined to go 0 for 12 from 3. I don't know when you're going to see too many games when those two combine for just 21 points. I kind of expect in that neighborhood from both of them. So did we see the real Spurs the other night? Even Jalen Clark said they expect the Timberwolves. Jalen Clark plays for Minnesota. He expects to see the real Spurs tonight.
Got to get one. I don't want to come to Minnesota down 2-0, especially how our crowd and everything's been recently. And we're a type of team that feeds off of home court energy. So I'm pretty sure you'll see, like, the real them show up tonight.
The real them show up
now,
tonight.
See, and I would have loved to have asked him a follow-up to that. What do you mean by that? What, the real Spurs? So were they not real in game 1? I mean, what do you mean by that? I really wish somebody would have followed that up with, what do you mean?
I mean, honestly, well, I think you're not going to see many games where Vic and De'Aaron Fox both struggle on the offensive end. and Fox with some of his lazy turnovers. And you look at the importance of tonight's game too. And for whatever reason, Spurs were being asked about going to Minnesota down 0-2, and Keldon Johnson's like, dude, I'm worried about tonight, not Friday.
You just got to keep fighting. We can't look forward to game 3 without game 2. So we'll go out there tomorrow night, execute, just try to put ourselves in the best situation to be successful. But we definitely don't think about losing. We think about what we can do to win. And that's our mindset. And, we make the proper adjustments. And, we just look forward to getting out there.
No, absolutely. Because, look, you got to win game 2 before you start worrying about game 3.
Well,
so I'm not sure exactly why that question was asked.
Well,
but
Steph Castle was asked the same question.
We have to obviously put that game behind us, and we can't do anything about it. So, looking forward is, in our best interest. So, obviously taking it game by game, we're not even thinking about playing in Minnesota right now. I feel like our minds are just focused on game 2.
That's where they need to be.
Well, of course they do. Nobody can look forward to game 3 because you don't know what the scenario is going to be. You have no clue what's going to happen tonight. That's it. Thinking about game 3 should be the last thing on their mind. It's got to be all about tonight, and to even expect them to answer a question like that is unbelievable.
But they didn't answer it the right way.
Well, they're nice guys.
You asked me about Friday. I know, but again though, what adjustments? Steph Castle. They cannot make, his words, self-inflicted mistakes.
We saw a lot of self-inflicted mistakes that were small at the time, but the big goal hurt us a lot more than it did in the moment. So, just trying to fix little things.
When you hear that, because I think there's a combination of Minnesota did a lot, but there were a lot of self-inflicted mistakes. He's not disrespecting what Minnesota did, but I think the physical play bothered them. And the calls, especially Steph Castle, who fouled out, he let the referees get in his head.
I think so.
Some of those calls, especially the last one, they were BS calls.
Yeah, that last one was for sure.
But the other thing that Steph Castle said is Minnesota dictated. They can't do that tonight in game 2.
I feel like on their end, they pushed us off our spots a lot. Were physical with us at the rim. I feel like we didn't get as many calls as they did, but I feel like the ones that they did call against us were kind of inconsistent. So, we can't really do much but be ourselves defensively. So, we're not going to change that because of, how they're calling the game.
Well, exactly. And that's learning in the playoffs. And they've got to learn that because you cannot let the officials get in your head. If they're calling a bad game, if they're making some bad calls, you got to let it go. You could say something to them and you didn't think it was a foul. You can challenge, one or two of those, but you can't let it affect how you play moving forward, and you just can't. And I think you're right. I think Steph Castle did. It affected him to some extent in that game 1, and he's got to let that go. Bad calls, good calls, it doesn't matter. You got to let the referees out of your head.
Well, and again, you think about the referees tonight. Our friend Dusty Garza tweeted out, with Scott Foster officiating tonight for a young Spurs roster, getting the benefit of the doubt on 50-50 calls is officially off the table. Brace yourselves.
I'm not sure what he means by that. Is he saying they're going to favor the veteran club? I'm not sure what he means by that.
It's Scott Foster, and being at home, isn't it going to help him? It's not what. Again, referee assignments are what they are, and you kind of understand. But you know what? The teams officiate. The teams scout the officials as well. They understand who's calling the game and how those officials call games. In every sport, they do that. The NFL does it. That's part of it. So and there's a reason why the NBA puts out who's officiating tonight. Teams have a chance to, all right, well, we know this guy calls a lot of this, or he calls it this way, he calls it that way. Vegas understands all of that. You get that. So Scott Foster has a reputation. Be ready. Ref, you suck chants are going to be loud and proud tonight at the Frost Bank Center.
Well, we had some of that last or Monday night, too, because it came through the TV very clear.
It was loud in the building.
Ref, you suck.
And again, I mean, you can start playing that now. I mean, we already know that's going to happen. That's part of it.
Well, of course.
And Chris Finch knows it as well, which is why he spent a lot of the last 48 hours bitching about Wemby goaltending.
Obviously, you got an historic night. But when we looked at them, at least 4 of them were goaltending, maybe even a 5th.
Oh, stop.
It's kind of, to me, it's a little alarming that none of them were called. And, here's a generational shot blocker who's 7'6", who goes after everything. And there's like no heightened awareness that these blocks could be, goaltends. I mean, the third possession of the game was a goaltend, and it was a clean, obvious one. So let's just say there were 4. That's 8 points. The value of 8 points in an NBA game is massive, right? That's also, 33% of his blocks were goaltending uncalled. And, if I were to give you a 33% raise, you'd like that, right? I mean, that's a huge number. So we're going to keep coming, and we got to make some better decisions in how we attack the rim. But all credit to the guys for not being discouraged, because we should have walked away with another 8 points. And again, it's just alarming that not a single one of them was called.
Stop it.
Because they weren't.
Well, and Rudy Gobert took it a step further after the game. Said, yeah, and he fouled me a couple of times. I mean, so look, they're a veteran club. They're a playoff savvy club, and they know how to work the officials. And I'm not sure Mitch Johnson knows how to do that just yet, or wants to put himself out there. I'm not sure, but why not? If it makes a difference on one call, then you're successful.
Well, and that's it. And our good friend Don Harris tweeted out that he forensically broke down the tape. He found one clear goaltend on the Shannon layup early. Naz Reid is debatable, maybe right at the apex. All the other claims that you just heard from Chris Finch, all false, according to Don Harris after he forensically broke down the tape.
Forensically?
I don't know what that means.
Well, is he, what's it, one of those shows that...
Well, see, NBC doesn't have, like, the CSIs. That's a CBS thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure they have some sort. I mean, did it go Law and Order?
Maybe.
A little SVU action on that?
Could be Law and Order. I'm not sure, but...
but he forensically broke down the tape.
I wonder what he means by that. How do you forensically break down the tape? Do you watch it over and over again? I'm not sure.
Did he, blow it up really big? I don't know. I don't know. Mario, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey guys, I was there at the game, and I don't hear him complaining about all the fouls that they got away with, especially the push-offs and the Julius Randle pushing Stephon Castle in the back.
Mario, you understand how it works. I mean, they never commit a foul. Just like Tim Duncan never committed a foul in his career. But the other team fouls on every play. I mean, and you're right. I think the officials miss calls on both. I thought Wemby was just bullied at times and pushed around. There were a lot of calls that I thought should have gone, against Minnesota. I'm a little biased. And I thought some of the calls on Steph Castle were crap. Some were legit, but I think every fan base feels that about every official. That kind of goes with the territory. Appreciate the call. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you would like to weigh in on your thoughts heading into tonight's must-win game 2.
Must win. Well, not quite a must-win, but,
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's not.
Technically,
it's not.
But It feels like it is.
Well, it would be nice to win it, for sure.
It's a little bit more than would be nice to win it.
It would be nice to win it. It would even the series up, turn it into a best of 5, and then you're golden.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
All right.
Screw it.
Well, all right. We're hoping for a nice win tonight by the San Antonio Spurs. Not necessarily a must win.
It's a must win.
Novo
Don Harris is explaining forensic. We'll get into that coming up. He's texting now.
Novo Brewery is where we are. Come on down here and see us. We're in North Star Mall. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're always tired, you're exhausted, you got no energy, no drive, it is time for you to head into Synergenics or Low T Center. 1 in 4 men has low testosterone. 80% of women experience hormonal imbalance. At Synergenics, you can you can book a free testosterone test and see if you qualify for TRT customized to your body by expert providers. New female patients pay just their insurance copay or a $99 flat fee for a full hormone evaluation. Synergenics and Low T Center have been highlighted for having the highest quality testosterone on the market. They only use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, and every treatment is tailored to your body. At Synergenics and Low T Center, all providers are board-certified and experts in their field, not some random chatbot or a provider that you'll never actually see. And they also have a variety of peptides to help with healing, muscle tone, recovery, sleep, weight loss, even hair and skin quality. So put that spring back in your step. Book that initial appointment now by going to the website, feelgreatlookgreat.com. Again, the website, feelgreatlookgreat.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you are a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you are a family member and needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Hi, I am Officer Sarai Walton with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring, and you can apply online if you think you have what it takes to become part of the SAPD family. Submit your application at sapdcareers.com. Once you submit your application, you will be contacted to begin the process. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring. Start your journey to a rewarding career by applying online at sapdcareers.com. That is sapdcareers.com.
Have pain? Have chronic pain, low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain? I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications. We do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
Today, we are live at Novo Brewer with your Spurs T-Wolves Game 2 pregame action. The Blitz is live from 2 to 6 with happy hour specials and giveaways. Massive wall-to-wall TVs to catch all the Game 2 action. A full bar and a made fresh, delicious menu. Today.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Rich Eisen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means
All the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the Morning Huddles. Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
We're back here live at Novo Brewery, North Star Mall. Come on out here and see us. Great place to come watch tonight's Game 2 as well. If you're not headed out to the Frost Bank Center, I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and obviously big game for the Spurs tonight. Game 2, Spurs and Timberwolves.
Big game, must-win game. That's the poll question on our YouTube channel. You can get there through sasportstar.com or YouTube. Search out San Antonio Sports Star. Is it a must-win game for the Spurs? Right now, 86% say yes. Get your vote in. You can also comment there on YouTube. Tweet at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. Or if you want to be on the show, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Let's go to the phone lines. And Ray, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I love you guys' program. I'm always calling, and I don't mean to sound like a Mitch Johnson hater or anything, but I really want to see adjustments tonight. I feel like the Spurs can be more physical. Julius Randle is not a good defender, and in a lot of the games during the regular season, he got in foul trouble early. I wish they would hunt him out a little more, especially try to get matchups with him and Wemby. And I don't care if it's a Haka Gobert. I want to see some kind of adjustments tonight. Spurs need to be physical, and I hope they get this win. Go Spurs, go. Thanks for taking my call.
Appreciate you, Ray. And I think it was Devin Vassell who said as much, that they need to be more physical tonight. So I think the Spurs agree with you, my friend.
Well, absolutely. Devin Vassell certainly said they've got to be more physical.
Being more physical, we got to be more physical. Got to initiate contact more. And, I mean, just trust what got us here. I don't think anybody's questioning the shots that anybody took or nobody's confident. I mean, not confident. So we're all good. We're just ready to bounce back from last game for sure.
And again, I expect them to bounce back tonight, Joe. What we saw the other night, the Spurs, Vic and De'Aaron Fox, especially on the offensive end, they were awful. And the Spurs still had a chance to win the game on the final shot. Vic was great defensively. 12 blocks in the game. Chris Finch bitching about it, but our good friend Don Harris from News 4 on Twitter forensically said he broke down the tape. Don Harris joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line from the Frost Bank Center to explain how you actually forensically broke down the tape, Don.
I knew you guys would give me crap about that.
Well, explain it to us, Don.
Well, forensically was kind of a tongue-in-cheek, but the game was on Peacock, which is an NBC product, and we did an NBC backhaul feed of what's in the business they call a melt, which is all the angles of the shots in the arena that sometimes do or do not get on the broadcast. And I was able to look. I went through every single Victor block that was even close to being goaltending and broke it all down. And I'll tell you this, the 1-0-0 early in the game, or 2-0, where he blocks TJ at the rim. It did hit backboard first. That was true goaltending. The next one was a Nas Reed jump hook. That was, I've looked at it as slow as you can look at it, and I'm going to argue all day long that he caught it at the apex. I guess if you're Minnesota, you'll make the the argument that it was on its downward flight. I don't think that it was, but okay, let's give them 2. After that, they're saying that he fouled Rudy Gobert on a play where he blocked the ball first and then hit Rudy's arm. They're saying one of them hit the backboard, which Harrison Barnes blocked a shot on Shannon that knocked the ball into the backboard, and then Wemby hit it as it came off the backboard. That's not goaltending because the ball was knocked off its flight. And then he blocked Ant clean off the glass, and he had another block off the glass. I think Chris Finch thinks that if you block it into the glass that it's goaltending. It's not. So there's the other one where he double blocked it. I don't know if the second time he hit it with his left hand and then hit it with his right, if he thinks the right-handed one was when the ball was above the cylinder. And there was one where he blocked a guy clean, but Wemby put his hand on the backboard on the other side of the rim, almost to brace himself. That might be illegal. I don't know. It had nothing to do with the play. And so it certainly wasn't a goaltend. But Wemby did have his hand up on the backboard. His right hand was on the backboard, and he blocked a shot on the left side of the rim with his left hand. But there's no 4, there's no 5. This is what we've always seen as classic lobbying, so that maybe he gets one extra call tonight. He gets one extra call tonight, maybe. And I think the Spurs could review it because there's a lot of those blocks that you think are goaltending, and then you go back and look at them, and they're not. Wemby's just able to get to places no one else in the history of the game ever had.
All right, so Don, your thoughts on tonight's game? I mean, look, Minnesota's a good team, good defensively. Spurs are as well. I think every game is going to be just like game 1. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's going to be a fight. I mean, this is the playoffs. I think it's because haven't been here in 7 years. We forget, people think, oh, they won 62 games. These guys won 48 games or whatever they won, and so this team's going to win. No, the playoffs are a completely different animal. And the bottom line, and you guys know this, we've covering this for years and years, stars have to shine. Wemby and Fox have to have 25 apiece. And if they don't, and Randall and Edwards do, then Minnesota's going to win, and they're going to win this series. So stars have to shine. You got to fight. You got to be physical. You got to we wouldn't be talking about this if Julian Champagnie made that shot. If that shot goes down, he's Sean Elliott in the Memorial Day Miracle. This town is going. Right. This town's going crazy. But it was a missed shot, and so now everybody's ready to jump off a bridge. But look, it's just, you win some, you lose some, and hopefully you win 4 before they do.
Well, and that's it. Now, Don, as you're in the Frost Bank Center getting ready to preview tonight's game 2, and I trust that on your newscast coming up, your sportscast, you're going to go through the forensically broken down tape there. But what's your gut feeling today? I know, by definition, tonight is not a must-win, but gut feeling, is this a must-win game for the Spurs?
Well, Jason, I know, and Joe will tell you this too, because you guys have been here as long as I have, covering these guys for 30 years. We all know the only must-win game is your elimination game. But we've seen the Spurs lose 2 at home and then go on the road and win 2 on the road and get right back to 2-2 and you're all even. It can happen. So it's not must-win. But I do think with this young team going back to Minnesota against a veteran team with a star like Anthony Edwards, that if you don't get tonight, you're in real trouble. I don't think it ends the series. I don't think they automatically lose the series if they lose tonight, but they'd have to do something special like they did in Portland and go in there and win 2. Otherwise, they'd be behind the 8 ball. So, yeah, I think it's really, really an important game. And if I was to predict, I think Wemby comes out and goes for 30. I think Fox bounces back and has 23. And I think the Spurs win by 6 in a good game here.
Well, Don, we look forward to your forensic report after game 2.
No, you won't see after report. Hey, it's since you're at home, since you folks listening might be driving home, it's 4:52. We'll have the very latest at 5:07 and 5:18 on News 4 San Antonio.
Well done, my friend.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good job.
Don Harris from News 4 on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. online at buyersbarricades.com.
Now that's a veteran TV guy right there to do that. So there you go. Good for you. And
let's talk about must win. And again, our poll right now, and you guys can go vote. Let's see, where is it at right now?
87
to 13, damn near 150 votes. So go to YouTube and vote. Get there through sasportstar.com or just go to YouTube and find us. Go vote. Historically, he's right. And we've seen this Spurs team, but that was the Tim Duncan Spurs teams.
Yep. Well, even
that have been through the battles.
You remember way back the David Robinson, the Houston Rockets series.
Yep.
Each team won 2 games on the other's home floor.
And I also remember in 2012 in the Western Conference Finals against a young Oklahoma City team. This team, their lack of playoff experience. This is what everybody talked about in February and in March when they were making a run. But, man, they lack playoff experience. Can they go do it? Because if this team without playoff experience goes down 0-2, it's a tall order than a veteran team that could regroup.
Sure.
Minnesota, who's been in the Western Conference Finals the last 2 years, if they came to San Antonio and lost 2 games and went home down 0-2, they would be fine.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
I don't know that I could say the same thing about this team because we haven't seen them do it. And this is where playoff experience matters.
Well, and that's a good point that you bring up. And obviously going to Minnesota tied 1-1, I'm stating the obvious, is a hell of a lot better than being down 2-0. So just for the confidence of these guys. And I think, look, again, they know what they're up against. And I can't stress it enough. The Timberwolves have the experience in these situations. The Spurs do not. And until they get it, until they see that they can beat this team, and I know they're confident they can, but just hear me out. Until it's shown on the floor, they're going to have some doubt. And if they lose this game, that doubt is going to creep in, and it's going to be a problem until you get over the hump with these guys. This is a much better team than the Portland Trailblazers, I'm here to tell you.
100% agree. Again, if we get closer and closer to the start of the game, and we only have about 35 minutes left in the show, a little early release for Rangers baseball, for Rangers baseball.
For Rangers baseball.
Or Beer 30.
Exactly.
You want to chime in on what you expect to happen tonight? Let's call your shot. 210-656-3776.
Want to hear from you? Better yet, you can come out here to Novo Brewery and tell us to our faces. Come do that. That would be great. That's where we are. Come on out and see us. North Star Mall is where we are. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I want to introduce you to Window Nation. Been talking about them for a little while now, but I tell you what, this company is great. And what I love about them is they put their money where their mouth is. They come out and they show you exactly why their windows should be in your house, because they're going to save you a lot of money. Look, if your windows and your electricity bills are typically high in the summertime when it's really hot outside, it could be because your windows are letting all that air conditioner outside. With Window Nation and the windows that they build and put in your house, that's not going to happen. And right now is a perfect time to get it done. They've got a great sale going on. You buy 4, get 4 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. It is just imagine that. Replacing all your windows and you get half of them for free. Plus, you can even get them with no money down, no monthly payment, or interest for 2 years. There is no better time to get Window Nation out to your house. Let them show you exactly how much money they can save you, not only through your electric bill, but this great sale. Buy 4, get 4 free. Their windows are so good. In fact, they back them with a lifetime warranty. And the guy told me, I don't care if it's 20 years later, if something goes wrong, they're going to replace that window. That's what they do. They're also rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Get a hold of Window Nation. How do you do that? You go to windownation.com, windownation.com, book that consultation.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
When I saw how high my property tax bill was, I was shocked. We couldn't afford this. But I discovered Ownwell. Ownwell reduced my property taxes and saved me over $1,000.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be protested and they can be reduced. But instead of filing protests yourself and very possibly losing your appeal, Ownwell does it all for you. And we give you the best chance to win and save big. Ownwell has reduced property taxes for hundreds of thousands of Texans and put money back in their pocket, and you can be one of them. And unlike other companies that take half of whatever you save, Ownwell charges just 25%, and that's only if you save.
Now I don't worry about my property taxes. Ownwell reduces it every year.
Sign up now for free. Don't pay unless you save. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic, the delicious daily detox that will keep you feeling your best. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon or pick up some at your local CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Big night inside the Frost Bank Center tonight. It is game 2 of the semifinal series between the Spurs and the Timberwolves. Spurs trail 1-0. Tip-off 8:30 tonight. The game will be televised on ESPN. Still waiting word on Carter Bryant. He missed game 1. He is questionable for tonight's ball game. You also got the Knicks taking on the 76ers. New York leading that series 1-0.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Getting it done on a hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump Day.
Yeah. Happy
Guess
Hump Day,
what day
everybody.
it is?
It is Hump Day all day long. One of my favorite days of the week. Hope you're having a good hump day wherever you are, however you're doing it. Should be down here at Novo Brewery because that's where I am, Joe Reinagle, and Jason Minix is here as well. Come on down and see us.
Hump Day.
Hump Day.
And
I love that
and
camel.
game day.
And what a game day it is. How you feeling about tonight's game? Nervous, anxious, a little bit of both? Spurs win. You confident? Is this a must-win game in your mind? I know technically, according to the dictionary, it is not. But what is your confidence level if the Spurs go down 0-2 that they will win this series? If it's not very high, then this kind of is a must-win game. Our poll on YouTube today suggests just that. Over 150 votes, 87% right now. Yes, tonight's game is a must-win for the San Antonio Spurs.
I'm interested, and that's an interesting poll, and I think most Spurs fans probably feel that way, feel the same way. My question to you now is, as we get closer and closer to tip-off, what is your confidence level? And Jason just asked the question: are you anxious? Are you nervous? A little bit of both, or are you going to just go in and watch this game and have no issue with it, knowing the Spurs are going to pull it out?
I mean, it's a playoff game, right? So there's going to be some nerves. You're going to be anxious. This isn't a Tuesday in December and you're just watching the game, right? I mean, it's playoff basketball. The level of intensity is obviously going to be up. The fact that they are down 0-1, but I don't know, honestly, how different I would feel had Julian Champagnie made that shot. As far as the Spurs fandom anxiousness would be about the same. Now, I'd want to go up 2-0 as opposed to be 1-1 because I think Minnesota is really good, which is why I think a lot of us said Spurs in 6. Now, those of you that said Spurs in a sweep, although we haven't heard from those guys that called their shot earlier in the week saying that.
That's all right. That's okay.
But at some point, though, I do think the anticipation, just because it's playoff basketball, is different. And also different because we haven't seen this group do it. We've seen the Spurs do it in the past. But this ain't Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker. This is this new group that haven't been there. And they're going to be back in their traditional uniforms tonight. They're also the free T-shirts or the black T-shirts tonight. And we're done with the Fiesta stuff, at least the Fiesta jerseys. Should we get to the Western Conference Finals, and I think tonight will go a long way in answering that question. I learned this the other night at the Spurs game. They're allowed to wear an alternate uniform in one game of the first 2 rounds.
Okay.
But for historical preservation reasons, once you get to the conference finals or the finals, the NBA wants more traditional looks for all the photos and the videos. So you won't see the Fiesta jerseys in the Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals when the San Antonio Spurs get there.
And that makes a lot of sense. I get it. I misunderstood, which I was surprised in game 1 that they were able to do that again. I thought it was just once.
I did too.
Throughout the playoffs.
But it's once in the first 2 rounds.
Got you. So they can do it, and they did it. It worked once. It didn't work the second time. So we'll see if the more traditional uniforms work tonight. They should. Now, Minnesota's getting a little healthier, too. They're getting the point guard back. I don't know how they're going to work him in. I say they're getting him back. He's been cleared. He is available. I'm talking about Ao. I don't know how to say his last name. And I don't have it in front of me, or I'd give it a shot. But you know who I'm talking about. He's big for them because he runs the show. And so we'll see how many minutes he gets. How about Anthony Edwards? How many minutes does he get? Will he be on a minutes restriction again tonight? He only played 25 minutes in game 1. Is that going to go up somewhat? But he's only going to get healthier, you have to assume. So the Spurs, they need to take care of business tonight, even up this series, and let's start over.
And that's, I mean, you go 1-1, kind of like it was in Portland, and maybe a split in Minnesota. But you know, you got to take care of the business tonight. And what we saw the other night is something that we haven't seen from this Spurs team a lot this season. Although when they've lost games, generally speaking, they were really bad from three-point shooting. And they were bad the other night from three-point range, under 30%. I don't expect another off night from Wemby on the offensive end, and I don't expect another night of offense being off for one De'Aaron Fox. Those two guys I expect to have bounce-back games. As far as you and how you're feeling, that's what we want to know.
Absolutely.
210-656-3776. Let's go to the phones. Husky, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. Holmes Husky, class of 85 alumni. I want to get that out there.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm calling because I want to put all of San Antonio and the Ticket Nation, I want to put their mind at ease. Because tonight, me, Husky, class of 85, I'm guaranteeing the win. I'm going to tell you why. So last night, or on Monday, we were getting ready for the game. Me and my wife, I watched it at home. And, I ate dinner. Because I don't like to eat during the game. I want to be focused. And I ate dinner, took a shower, and I put my Spurs jersey on, and I was ready. And I noticed, I turned to my wife, and I noticed she didn't have her Spurs jersey on. So I said, hey, put your Spurs jersey on. The game's ready to start. She said, I guess she threw me off. So then we're getting ready to be tip-off. They're tipping off, and I said, hey, the game started. Go get your Spurs jersey on. Well, I guess she went off and did something. She didn't have it on her Spurs jersey. And this June, guys, will be 25 years I've been married to this woman. And every time she has her jersey, we win. And every single time she doesn't wear the jersey, we lose. So I can guarantee you she will have her jersey on, and we're going to get the win.
Wait.
Husky, what are you going to do? Hold her down and put it on her if she doesn't put it on herself, or what?
Hey, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes right now.
You've been married over 30 years, and you're saying blame the wife, right?
Of course.
Blame the wife. It's her fault.
It is her fault.
It's her fault. It's Mrs.
It is
Husky's
her
fault.
Yes, it's her fault. She knows every time she doesn't wear the shirt, we lose.
Well, again, dude, I think
Husky's a little pissed off.
Well, I mean, I know. I mean, I'm sure there's some divorce attorneys that listen here because, I mean, I know you've been married a long time, but you might have to let that one go if she just doesn't care about the Spurs enough. I mean, but I'm also kind of looking at you, dude. If you know the history and you know her well, when she doesn't wear her jersey and the Spurs lose, the fact that you're letting her walk around the house without her putting on her jersey, that's kind of on you. You got to demand some things in a marriage. You understand that?
Step up, Husky. Let's go.
Absolutely. This is your fault as much as it is hers. I don't know that I'd broadcast that to the world, Mr. Husky 85. People are going to know who you are. I mean, that Holmes Mafia, man, you don't mess with those dudes.
No, you don't. All right, Husky, hopefully you're on your way. Yeah, exactly. Hey, you're the man of the house, Husky. Come on.
Now, we all know better, but at least on a Spurs game day. I mean, we understand how it works. You might have to compromise and do the dishes or something, but whatever it takes, whatever she wants you to do, my friend, whatever she wants you to do, you just make sure she's wearing that jersey tonight.
Yeah, because
we're counting on you.
If for some reason the Spurs lose tonight, that's the first call I'm making is to Husky. And why wasn't your wife wearing this jersey?
Oh, absolutely. And again, I mean, the whole city is counting on you. It has nothing to do with Wemby tonight. It has nothing to do with De'Aaron Fox. It's Mrs. Husky and her wardrobe.
That's it. You got to put that jersey on, Mrs. Husky. Get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. We're getting close now. And we're at Novo Brewery, and perfect place to watch tonight's game. If you're not going down to the Frost Bank Center, this is a great place to come in, have some dinner, have some drinks, and watch the game. Perfect opportunity for you. That's where we are. It is Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. We're doing that next here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And here at Novo Brewery on San Pedro, just up the road from Sammy's Embroidery and Printing on San Pedro, about a mile inside Loop 410. You need your logo on any kind of gear. You need some promotional items. Go see Sam. You need that logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt. Sam has all the big name brands from North Face, Eddie Bauer, Travis Matthew, Nike, Port Authority, to name a few. He now even carries a full line of Tommy Bahama. You need caps done? Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And, of course, he's got all the popular cap brands in stock like the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, Cap America. You need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need uniforms, Sam has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. And if you run a business, he does more than just uniforms. His new sign shop can do your signs, banners, flags, car magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and so much more. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sam has all the big name brands. No order too big, no order too small, and is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900, or better yet, get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410 across from the McDonald's, or go to his website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits one, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now, you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30 plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car truck collision, call me 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision, with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying two phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Today, we are live at Novo Brewer with your Spurs T-Wolves Game 2 pregame action. The Blitz is live from 2 to 6 with happy hour specials and giveaways. Massive wall-to-wall TVs to catch all the Game 2 action. A full bar and a made fresh, delicious menu. Today.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad.
Huh?
I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Kinetico.
Kinetico? You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Kinetico.
Not me.
Everybody knows Kinetico is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Kinetico is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut.
Oh, son, you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Kinetico. Kinetico. Spell it Kinetico.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Kinetico. SA.com.
Back here live at Novo Brewery, North Star Mall. That is where we are. It's where you should be as well. A lot of folks in here having some appetizers and a few drinks and just enjoying a Wednesday afternoon. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
And getting ready for a huge Spurs game tonight.
This is Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by Vision Source on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Every weekday game night, The Blitz with Jason and Joe get you inside and ready for tonight's game. From insiders to an in-depth preview of tonight's game, this is Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by Vision Source. Beyond your eyes.
Huge game 2 tonight, San Antonio and Minnesota. It is Game Night San Antonio brought to you by Vision Source. Go see Vision Source South San Antonio, Dr. Diane Ramirez-Shank on South Flores between East South Cross and Southwest Military, or Vision Source Castle Hills, Dr. Raul Trevino over off Northwest Military and West Avenue. Down 1-0 in the series. Again, Spurs didn't play well in that game, yet had a chance to win on the final shot. That said, they lost. Is tonight, in your mind, a must-win game? That is our poll question today on our YouTube feed. Well over 150 votes, and Spurs fans, you're looking at this as a must-win game. What's the percentage right now? 87%.
87%. So most of you say that. I voted no just because I have.
Well, by Webster's dictionary, it's not a must-win.
I would not have felt good about voting yes, but it's a game that they obviously need. They don't want to go to Minnesota down 2-0. That'll be a huge hole to try and climb out of. Not to say that they couldn't do it, but you certainly don't want to put yourself in that position. Tonight's game is, again, I'll be shocked if it turns out any other way than very similar to what we saw in game 1. I just think both teams defensively are really good. And I think that keeps both teams within shouting distance. You may have a run here and a run there like we saw in game 1. I think more of that is tonight. But I think I think both teams are going to have an opportunity to win this thing at the end again.
And we've seen throughout the NBA playoffs, no lead is really safe.
No, it's not.
So even if one team does build a double-digit lead, which we didn't see a double-digit lead at all in game 1, it can be erased pretty quick. We did see the Spurs damn near erase a 9-point lead late. I think tonight is all about how the Spurs respond to the physical play that Minnesota displayed in game 1. And the guys were talking about that, getting ready for tonight's game. I mean, Devin Vassell said, the Spurs have to be a more physical team tonight.
Being more physical, we got to be more physical. Got to initiate contact more. And, I mean, just trust what got us here. I don't think anybody's questioning the shots that anybody took or nobody's confident. I mean, not confident. So we're all good. We're just ready to bounce back from last game for sure.
And I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're chomping at the bit to get back on the floor and get this thing ready to go. But he's right. Look, Minnesota's going to play physical. The Spurs need to match that physicality. They do, and push them around a little bit and see what happens. Look, even if it costs Steph Castle 4 or 5 fouls, do it. Devin Vassell 4 or 5 fouls. Get in there. Play tough physical basketball.
And I'm glad you said 4 or 5
Yes.
because Steph Castle needs to be able to stay in the game. And again, you can't let the officials get in their head. And I think they did a little bit in
I think
game
you're
1.
right. Yes.
But also you do look at game 1. Realistically, I know bad Fox, who deserves all the criticism that he's gotten over the last 2 days from his game 1 performance. Wemby was not good offensively. The idea that both of those guys will have back-to-back bad offensive games isn't realistic. I know that. You know that. Hell, Jalen Clark of the Minnesota Timberwolves knows that.
Like, they know tonight they got to get one. Because I'm pretty sure they don't want to come to Minnesota down 2-0, especially how our crowd and everything's been recently. And we're a type of team that feeds off of home court energy. So I'm pretty sure you'll see, like, the real them show up tonight.
You know what's interesting about that soundbite, and the more I listen to it, the more you got to wonder, is Minnesota satisfied? Are they satisfied? Did they come to San Antonio and do what they wanted to do? And I'm not saying they would lose the game on purpose. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But when I hear what he says there, it's almost like, well, we just want to get back to Minnesota because we're better there and we play better there. So the Spurs, they're going to try and get this one. And I don't know. I just think human nature is such. Minnesota may be content with winning one here.
Well, they achieved their goal.
Yes.
Every road team wants to split, right? Win at home, split on the road. They have done that. But for him to use the term, the real ones, or however he said it,
Spurs,
the real Spurs show up, which is Wemby with north of 20 points. De'Aaron Fox is going to be in that neighborhood. Wemby in blocking shots. And that's, I expect a more complete game from Victor tonight. What's crazy when you think about Wemby, and obviously you spend a lot of time looking at what he did defensively in that game. Blocks per game this postseason, Detroit leads with 8.6, San Antonio 8.3, Oklahoma City 6.3 blocks per game, the Lakers 6.3 blocks per game. Wembanyama by himself 5.6, which is more than the Knicks, Cavs, Sixers, and Timberwolves have. You know he's going to get some block shots tonight.
Sure.
And you know that there's going to be at least 1 or 2 goaltending calls against Vic tonight.
There will.
And Spurs fans need to be ready for that. The Spurs players need to be ready for that because of the bitching that the Timberwolves have done from their coach to some of their players. And Devin Vassell knows that just comes with the territory.
There's always going to be something. They're always going to have something to say. I guarantee you, Vic's going to keep blocking their shots, and they're going to have something to say. So we're not worried about that.
I hope they're not, because I'm with you. I think what Finch did was buy himself one goaltend tonight. And no matter, I don't know how many blocks Wemby will have, if he'll have 12 again tonight or 6. I don't know, but I have a feeling one of those will be called a goaltend. And just because of Finch, that's what they do. Veteran coaches lobby the officials, and the officials hear that stuff. They shouldn't take it to heart, but they do, and I guarantee you they're going to be watching for that, and it will buy them at least one tonight.
Yeah, and I expect that, and I hope that Mitch Johnson keeps his challenge in his pocket until at least the second half. Don't waste it early. Don't waste it when you're not taking points off the board. That was dumb in game 1, right? But save that challenge for that goaltending call, especially if you feel like that was one that was bought.
Well, sure. And I mean, look, who knows what's going to happen, and you may need that thing in the second half. And so, I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios that you can look at. So I'm with you. That one was premature, to say the least. And I think that will change tonight. I really do. It's going to be a fascinating thing. The other thing I'm going to watch for tonight, Minix, is something we haven't brought up today. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. Wemby played 40 minutes in game 1. Will that have any effect on him tonight? I mean, I think it's a legit concern, and the reason I say that is He hasn't. He's only played one game this year of 40-plus minutes. And the following game, he only played 25. So I know this is the playoffs and the rules are different, but it's going to be interesting to see is he up for that and okay with playing 40 minutes a game, because I have a feeling in this series he's going to have a lot of those.
Well, he's going to, and not only was it 40 minutes, it was 40 physical minutes. Dude got pushed around a lot. He got knocked down a lot. He's got to stay healthy. You know, remember that time when he grabbed his elbow in there? Yep. I mean, but he was also frustrated, and the game was moving fast for him. Whatever he does to be calm in the moment, to be calm during games, whatever he learned with the Monks, he needs to apply that getting ready for tonight's game. And if you're Mitch Johnson, you're running some plays early to get him some early buckets, some easy buckets to build that confidence.
I totally agree with that. And I think Mitch Johnson and get Wemby fired up. I could even see a scenario where he's running some plays for De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
And trying to get De'Aaron off the schneid too, and get him some confidence as well. What I don't want to see, and this goes for De'Aaron Fox too, unless he's just wide open and there's nothing, the 3-point buckets. And I know De'Aaron can hit those, but don't be so relying on those 3-point buckets. You've got Champagnie, you got Devin Vassell. Those guys, I think, are the guys that should take the majority of those shots and do something else, especially if you take a couple and they don't fall.
Must-win game. Trey tweets in at Joe Reinagle 210, at Jason Minix, at SA Sports Star. It is a must-win for the Spurs because you're not winning 4 of 5 with Anthony Edwards and the physical T-Wolves team. Our vote on YouTube, closing it out, 86% say yes, tonight is a must-win game.
Well, there you go. That's how Spurs fans feel. Anxious, confident, scared, all of the above, perhaps. Be sure and wake up early tomorrow morning and join the fellas on the Morning Huddle, AJ and Rob. They'll have your first reaction. Jason and I will be back in the studio tomorrow, and, of course, we'll have all the reaction as well as to what happened and where we go from here. Thanks to the folks here at Novo Brewery. What a great day it is, and, it's almost beer 30. Early release for us as we get ready to head out and watch this game. Have a great night, everybody.
This is RSN, Rangers Sports Network, presented by Progressive.